songs.
The dance floor was open for 3 hours, and it was the first wedding I'd been to where nobody ever left the dance floor because they just played bangers the whole time.
So DJ Casper was 58.
Mhm.
He had written that song for his cousin's, it was his nephew's aerobics class. So,
Really?
Yeah, he wrote it back in
I love
1998.
aerobics.
Yeah, so
Don't you love
remember
aerobics?
We used to call it aerobics.
Oh, my mom did aerobics. She had the Reebok high tops with the Velcro, the double Velcro and the socks.
Oh, everybody had that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so he wrote that song for that. One of the local DJs in Chicago picked it up and they started playing it, and then it blew up and made it into weddings, and now you hear it at ball games. You hear it all over. Everybody clap your hands.
My friend Noah, English is not her first language. She has a better mastery of English than most people born in the United States. But occasionally she will use words interchangeably that aren't exactly interchangeable.
Yeah.
So line dancing, she'll call it row dancing because you're in a row.
Oh. And if you go to the UK, it's called queue dancing.
Is it? Queue dancing.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
Oh, boy.
But they just like kind of wait patiently. Yeah, she calls it row dancing. I'm like, wait, row dancing? She's like, when you're all in a row. I'm like, oh, yeah, line dancing.
Yeah,
She's like, it's the same thing.
It is kind of.
She'll also use ground and floor interchangeably. So we were trail running and she fell. So she was telling the story about running. She's like, yeah, I was running and I fell on the floor. I'm like, well, it's the ground. She's like, it's the same thing.
She's kind of, why do we have to have a completely different word for everything?
I agree. I think she's onto something. I think that's a fun song to dance to because it gets people on the dance floor who maybe aren't super confident in the moves, right? Because he narrates it.
Yeah, he tells you what to do.
He tells you what to do.
He tells you to clap your hands.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's sad when you hear something like that because, it's an iconic song at this point. Everybody knows what it is. I don't think that there's a person alive who's, remotely an adult who has not heard that before.
Yeah. And it's way better than the Macarena.
Macarena's not. Yeah, it's way better than that. And I think it's better than the electric slide.
Better than the electric slide. Do you know how to wobble with it?
I do know. I know.
I do know?
I do not know. I do, no, I don't. I don't know why. What is that?
That's the wobble with it. And everybody knows what to do.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to do that.
I only know a little bit of it.
I have gotten jiggy with it before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Claire and I learned the Thriller dance.
That one's difficult.
That one's actually pretty hard. We practiced it, and there apparently are two versions. There's the OG version from the music video, and then there's the version that they do in 13 Going on 30. Is that the name of it? With Jennifer Garner. It's kind of a shortened version. That's the version to learn. It's a little bit more manageable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, little something about Ranj. Little Ranj had a Thriller jacket when he was a kid.
Did you really?
Sure did. I got photos.
You will have to bring those in.
I will not.
It's such a great dance.
Well, I never learned the dance, but you know what I mean.
We'll learn it.
That's Amy Marks Coors. I'm Chris Ranji. When we come back, we'll tell you what this loop trolley did. My God, it's awesome. You're listening to KMOX.
For everything online, it's Odyssey.com. Download the Odyssey app and listen to The Dave Glover Show and all the news, talk, sports, and podcasts that move you. Odyssey, that's AUDACY.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
AMCO offers easy payment plan options for most any credit situation, so you can fix it fast and pay it off slow at AMCO.
That's AMCO, MCO.
If power outages are putting a damper on your day, Reinhold Electric has your back. Their professional electrical services can handle emergency repairs, and they can offer backup generators to keep your home or business running smoothly no matter how severe the storms are. They understand the importance of uninterrupted power for commercial properties, storefronts, restaurants, retirement communities, and your home. Get a quote for a permanent solution or a quick connection box. 314-631-1158. 314-631-1158. Tell them Bo sent you to Reinhold Electric.
Men suffering from ED or PE, you'll see instant results on your first visit at Paramount Men's Medical Center. For a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are totally free. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. Call now, 314-720-8081.
It's the greatest pop rock of the 60s and 70s. The Happy Together Tour 2023. Saturday, August 19th, the Family Arena. Starring the Turtles, Little Anthony, Gary Puckett and the Union Gang, the Vogues, the Classics 4, and the Cowsills. Tickets are on sale now at the Carroll House box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster.
John Michael Montgomery.
Oh, lady in the second row. She's an 8, she's a 9, she's a 10, I know.
Live.
I swear.
The multiple Grammy, CMA, and ACM award winner. John Michael Montgomery with McBride and the Ride. Friday, October 20th at the Family Arena. Reserved seats are on sale now at the Carroll House box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. John Michael Montgomery, live in concert.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath. It's all about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-day kitchen and bath.
Do you love your house and hate the thought of assisted living? Whether you're caring for a loved one in your home right now or planning to live independently in the years ahead, call 3-Day Kitchen and Bath. They can completely remodel your old bathroom in just 3 days and back up their work with a 100% satisfaction guarantee on both their quality and craftsmanship. If all you need is a new walk-in tub or easy entry shower to make your life easier, they could do just that for you. Avoid the hassle and stress of remodeling. Check them out on the web at 3daykitchen.com or call 3-Day Kitchen and Bath for your free design consultation today. 3-Day Kitchen and Bath. It's about time.
It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
Can you imagine being a superhero?
With a sidekick?
Can you imagine you can fly?
Your sidekick shows up wherever you are.
In a fancy blue truck.
And whatever you point at disappears.
1-800-GOT-JUNK is your sidekick.
We're twitching in anticipation.
Vibrating with energy.
We haul away whatever you point at.
Any home or apartment.
Workplace or job site.
We're industrial strength sidekicks.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
We're back. Hey everyone, it's Matza Matt for Brewpub Lots of Matza Pizza, and we're back in the greater St. Louis area with our Brewpub Lots of Matza Pizza trailer, teaming up with local Deerbergs grocery stores to hand out free samples. That's right, Brewpub pizzas loaded with high-quality meat and veggie toppings, then bombarded with award-winning mozzarella cheese will be yours to try at select Deerbergs locations this week. Go to brewpubpizza.com for a list of our stops and make a donation to help raise funds for Kids Smart, a nonprofit organization helping kids get ready for school with the supplies they need. Go to brewpubpizza.com for details.
KMOX, the 2023 Large Market Radio Station of the Year, recognized by the Missouri Broadcasters Association. KMOX, we were built for this.
Amy Marks, Kors, and Chris Ranji on KMOX. Over the weekend, I took a stroll down to the Bolivar and the Del Mar Loop area because I wanted to ride the trolley.
Do you say de Bolivar or de Bolivar?
Well, it should be de Bolivar.
Well, it's
de Bolivar, isn't it?
I know you're French.
Yeah, that's right.
Ranger.
Thank you. It's Ranger. So I went down there to take a look at the Loop trolley to ride it.
No. You were going to ride the trolley?
Absolutely not. In fact, nobody was going to ride the trolley, and that's the damn point. So the Riverfront Times...
I believed you. I was like, oh my gosh. That's incredible. And I thought he's doing it for content.
Yeah.
Because nobody rides the trolley.
No.
I know how many times. I mean, how many times a day do you think, man, I really need to get from the History Museum to the Del Mar Loop, that, little 2-mile jaunt. I really need that. Nobody thinks that ever. No one's ever thought that.
It's funny you say that because I saw this story in the Riverfront Times, and the headline is, and you got to give it to the RFT. They don't really hold back. The headline is this: useless loop trolley collides with a vehicle near the History Museum. Sadly, there's been no notice service will be interrupted. Dude, I love
the trolley
RFT.
is such a giant, disastrous waste of money.
So on Saturday night, the St. Louis Police Department confirmed to RFT that they got a call about a collision between the trolley and a Toyota near the intersection of Lindell and de Bolivar around 7:49 p.m. on August 5th. So there was no other information. It doesn't sound like anybody was seriously injured. But, we always make fun of this trolley.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
I didn't. By the way, in this story, they have embedded a tweet by Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
And Charlie was, August 3rd. Charlie at 12:20 is down in the loop, and he takes a video of the loop trolley passing by and says, there's nobody in this thing.
Yeah, because nobody knows when it runs.
No.
It's a very bizarre schedule. By the way, even when it was running at peak hours, whatever that means, it stopped at 7. So it's not even like you would use the trolley if you've been drinking and think, you know what, I'm going to use the trolley to ride a mile to my car so I can sober up.
The only reason
my gosh.
A thing like this, the way it's built and where it is if you just wanted to go to the loop and make a day of it. You'd say, well, we're going to the loop. We're going to the loop. Hey, we'll ride the trolley up and down the street. But, that's the only reason I'm saying. There's no real reason for it. The way it's constructed from the History Museum back to the that circle up on Del Mar. The only reason you would use it is for that. Like, hey, we're going to go down. We'll ride the trolley. We'll check out a couple of stores. We'll have some lunch.
My argument is nobody would ever use it for that because St. Louis is not famous for being pedestrian friendly. And the strip of Del Mar that we call the
Loop
Loop
the most pedestrian friendly.
Is one of the only pedestrian friendly stretches of road in St. Louis. And definitely within, I don't know if it even, I don't think it counts as city limits. Maybe it is city limits once it hits the History Museum. This is where people would park your car and then you walk and you go into the stores and restaurants. It was such an ill-conceived idea. And God bless Joe Edwards because he has done so much for the Loop and has invested in businesses. This was a disaster. Businesses went out of business. Restaurants and shops went out of business because of the construction of the trolley taking so long. The rails, the tracks are a hazard to pedestrians and cyclists.
The street's not wide enough for it.
It's not wide enough. I've seen, we had to call an ambulance. A poor old man was on a Lime scooter or Bird scooter, and the wheel slipped into the trolley track, got wedged and stopped, and he went flying over the handlebars on Del Mar, all bloodied and scraped up. 911 was called. If you're running or walking, it's just wide enough so that your foot can slide in sideways and you can break an ankle.
Now, it would be very cool if the city were equipped for it. The streets were wide, and there are some streets that are wide enough for it. I mean,
like Tucker.
Grand is wide enough for it. Tucker is wide enough for it. Olive here, when you get to a certain area, that is certainly wide enough for it. But and if it were everywhere, and people were living downtown and going downtown, I think it would be a completely different story. What's interesting is I sometimes will get caught up in, I don't know why, but I am fascinated by old footage from cities back in 1925. Somebody will say, here's New York City, this part of New York City, 1925, and they have footage of it. And it's just, there's no sound or anything. And it's just footage of the area. And I just recently saw one from San Francisco in 1906, which was supposedly a few days before the fire. And they had put a camera on the front of one of the trolleys that was traveling down Market Street. And I was fascinated by all the traffic and how wide the street was. And there are no crosswalks, of course. People are just walking in front of everybody. There's no lanes. You got cars weaving in and out of people. It was just absolutely mind-blowing. And that might have been a very neat way to live, though probably a bit dangerous. There's no reason in 2023 for that part of town. And I get the idea. It could have been a really cool idea if it was executed well. It just doesn't fit there. It doesn't fit there in 2023. And it actually physically doesn't really fit on the street.
No, there's no parking. Again, it's the most pedestrian stretch of street in St. Louis. It's fun to walk the Del Mar Loop. That's why people go there. There's plenty of parking behind all of the shops and restaurants and the pageant and all of that. You don't need a 2.2-mile trolley from the History Museum to the Loop. And it's so weird because the trolley stops running at 7. The History Museum doesn't even stay up that late. I don't know who thought of this. Joe Edwards. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea. $37 million in federal funds going to this trolley.
Now but the thing is, while they wanted to not take the money, we kind of had to. And we litigated that whole thing. And the reason they took the money for the trolley was that the federal government gave it to us. And if we said, you know what, on second thought, we don't want it, that could cause problems for us later down the road when we ask for cash.
We have to keep the trolley going. Otherwise, we have to pay back the money, which is why it's the whole sunk cost theory of keeping this ridiculous contraption running, which is nothing but a hazard because you see the detritus of the trolley hitting cars. This car happened to be moving. Previously, the trolley had a habit of hitting parked cars. Yeah. Here was Charlie Brennan's idea. You brought up Charlie. We're trying to think of a way to make the trolley profitable. What if you made it a vice trolley where like drugs and prostitution were legal on the trolley while it was moving?
I don't think anybody's going to want to do that.
Really?
Yeah. You don't necessarily want to do drugs and prostitution at once. You might. You might.
Do prostitution.
Yeah, you might want to separate.
Listen, you don't want to do prostitution.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What
Can
about
you think
sports gambling? What if we made those video gaming terminals on the trolley?
There you go. Would that appease the video game terminal people so that we can finally have sports betting in Missouri?
We should ask.
Yeah, hey, Denny Hoskins.
What if we put those video gaming terminals on the trolley?
Yeah, let's regulate those. You can get on the trolley and ride them and play your stupid
and the
video terminal
have to
games.
Be moving, so when the trolley stops, the screen goes dark.
Yeah, and you can continue to get your lobbyist money and stop holding up Missouri sports betting. How about that?
I was at a gas station in Franklin County the other day, and I guess in the gas stations I go to in St. Louis County, they don't have those video gaming terminals, but they do our video lottery terminals. They have them in Franklin County, and it was kind of weird seeing people posted up at a gas station just playing these lottery games.
I don't get it, man. But I guess it's the same as going to a casino, and you don't have to drive to a casino. 314-436-7900. If you have ever ridden the trolley
or been hit by it,
if you've had an episode with the trolley, let us know about it.
Do you think there have been more people hit by the trolley than who have ridden it? More like cars or pedestrians or bikes?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
But I'd have to think about it.
I have a question. I don't mean to get political, but I also thought of this.
Okay.
Do you think Trump will eventually die with more wives or indictments?
Oh, my God. Amy.
What?
See, now you just made everybody mad.
He's got 3 of each.
Amy's not a Republican.
He's got 3 of each.
She's not a conservative.
Okay, let's go back to the trolley.
How dare her say that?
Speaking of disasters, 314-436-7900. Have you been hit by the trolley?
Chris and Amy on KMOX.
Hey guys, it's Dave from the Dave Glover Show, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on KMOX. This promo is going to sound like everyone else's promo, but everyone else's promo is a lie. They're just copying off of us. We are the original show about nothing. We're the original show about everything. We're just a bunch of smart people acting stupid and stupid people acting smart. And when you put it all together, it's a pretty good mix. We are 23 years in, and we are STLAF. That's the DGS, 1 to 5 p.m. KMOX.
It is 10:28. The time check brought to you by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
SparksStreetShop.com.
When it's time to shop for your next pair of shoes, consider New Balance St. Louis. We have the largest selection of styles and sizes to help you find the perfect fit. See for yourself why New Balance is the most referred athletic brand by medical professionals. Our fit pros are extremely knowledgeable and take the time to understand your specific goals and activities. Customer service and selection makes all the difference when selecting a shoe store. Visit us in Creve Coeur, Richmond Heights, and Fairview Heights. New Balance St. Louis, nationally known, locally owned.
Spark St. Louis is the newest collaborative co-working office space located in the PwC Pennant Building at Ballpark Village. Spark supports local entrepreneurs and corporate professionals and features over 80 private offices, day pass options, monthly networking events, conference room, and special event amenities, while offering an innovative approach to city life where you can live, work, and watch the Cardinals play all within the neighborhood at Ballpark Village. Schedule your tour today by visiting Spark St. Louis online at spark-stl.com.
Hi, it's Debbie Monterey, and I see clearly thanks to Doctors Birdie and Malhotra. You can too. Go to youridoc.com today or call 314-966-5000.
Hello, everybody. I'm John Rooney. Do you have an old car that's taking up room in the driveway? Repairs are costly and selling is a hassle? That's why you should donate it to Goodwill. Donating is quick and towing is free. Plus, you get a tax receipt and 4 tickets to a Cardinals game, compliments of the St. Louis Cardinals. That's a win-win. For more information or to donate, visit online at mersgoodwill.org. Must mention Cardinals.
At 10:29, it's a partly cloudy sky, 77 degrees downtown at the Arch. At least 2 people have died, thousands of U.S. flights have been canceled, and more than 1 million people have lost power as destructively strong storms moved through the eastern U.S. Ukrainian officials are accusing the Kremlin's forces of targeting rescue workers in the war. That charge came as the death toll from 2 Russian missile strikes that slammed into the downtown area of a Ukrainian city climbed to 7. A look at the Cardinal Report is sponsored by Aloha Pools USA. Swim next summer, alohapoolsusa.com. Cardinals at Rays tonight at 5:40. And looking at the roads right now, we do got a stalled vehicle on 44 East at Lindbergh. That's got the center lane closed. Slow-moving road work on 70 West at 270. That's got the left lane closed. 2-vehicle crash on 270 South before Manchester. That's got the right 2 lanes closed. For today, humid with a mix of clouds and sun and a high of 86. For tomorrow, thunderstorm and a low tonight, low 72. For tomorrow, the high 78. Sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. Right now, clouds 77 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. Our attorneys are committed to you, your business, and your community. We are ready to serve you in the areas of business litigation, intellectual property, health law, and products liability. SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of lawyers is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Ah, summer. Time to head to the pool, hit the links, and enjoy some Cardinals baseball.
And this one is going to leave the yard. A home run for Goldie. Oh, did he crush it?
With the free Odyssey app, you can stream every Cardinals game on News Radio 1120 KMOX, no matter what you're doing this summer.
Safe, a double steal for O'Neill and Walker.
Get in the game and download the free Odyssey app today. That's AUDACY.
Broadcasting from the Underline Three Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
If your stunning home has gone a little stale, it might be time to contact your local CertaPro painters. We bring the power of pro to every job. That's CertaPro's power to do the job right, the first time, every time, and the power to renovate your home without breaking down walls. Take your home from blah to booyah. Get on CertaPro's schedule today at CertaPro.com. The power of pro. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated.
Men, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or PE, the medical providers at Paramount Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Paramount Men's Medical Center offers the most advanced treatments to eliminate ED and PE. 98% of men experience instant results on their first office visit. They're even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
Don't just take our word for it. Call Paramount Men's Medical Center now for our limited time offer. Your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 314-720-8081. 314-720-8081. That's 314-720-8081.
Find out what's happening with your Redbirds from the manager himself, Oliver Marmol. Sunday mornings at 10:15 on Sports on a Sunday morning, and Wednesday mornings at 9:50. The Ollie Marmol Show on Cardinals Radio, KMOX.
In a moment, we expect to speak with Aaron Williams, the founder and champion of the 7th Grade Poetry Foundation. There are people around town who are trying to do something good for the community. And you may have seen back in the day, I know Amy has heard of this because all she does is watch old TV.
No, it's not that I have heard of it. I grew up with it. It was my childhood.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Yeah.
And, you know, one of the things that we always say about teenagers and people who are getting involved in things they should not be getting involved in and are out late is, where are the parents? Where are the parents? Well, there are people in the community who want to do something good and provide an alternative for kids who are younger and probably should be doing something better than getting involved in activities they should not be, crimes, drugs, that sort of thing. And I know this has been a problem for a very long time in this country, and for a lot of people it seems to have gotten a little bit worse. I'm not sure that's entirely true, but I do think there is enough there. We should be doing something about it. So Aaron is trying to, and we will talk to him hopefully soon here on KMOX.
I did see he's been putting up billboards and bus ads, and it's a version of It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? It says, when the street lights are on, do you know where your children are? So it's focusing on street lights. And we talk about street lights a lot when it comes to city safety. And I saw that billboard the other day, when the street lights are on, do you know where your children are?
I have not personally seen it for myself. I did read the story on KMOX.com, and you can do the same thing. You can also listen to the show on KMOX.com and the Odyssey app. But that's what, I think got us intrigued in it, is seeing the story and wanting to talk to Aaron. And we're hoping to connect with him soon on the Quiver River Electric guest line. But Amy, we did ask the question to people if they have had any experience with the trolley, or if they have an idea for the loop trolley.
And an experience with the trolley could be riding it or getting hit by it.
Well, that's either one. Or do you have a better idea for what it should be?
Yeah.
And this text to 314-436-7900 says, make the trolley a hop on and off bar. Okay. Here's the problem with that idea. Can you have an intoxicated person trying to jump on and off a moving trolley?
Well, I got great news. The trolley doesn't move.
What do you mean?
Most of the time, it's not moving.
Well, does it? This is a serious question.
Yeah.
Does it make stops, or do you have to just kind of get off?
No.
Does it move? Does it move slowly enough that you can just
Like in a
step off?
1920s movie where the guy in a suit
Like
jumps
a moving
on.
walkway?
No, there are elevated platforms for people to get on and off the trolley along the loop, because that also cuts into the street and makes Del Mar narrower than it should be.
Right.
So not only do you have those obnoxious trolley tracks running down the street, a hazard to heaven and everything else, the elevated platforms stick out into the street. They're obtrusive and obnoxious.
Well, they are obnoxious. This text message says, I do the emergency services towing for University City. If you don't park your car close enough to the curb, they will tow your car if the trolley cannot get by.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going down to the well, I can imagine it, going to the loop.
Yep.
You want to, like I said, make a day of it.
Yeah.
And you park and you think you park well, and then you come out and your car is gone, and your immediate thought is, oh gosh, it's been stolen, but it hasn't. The trolley couldn't get by and they took it.
Yeah. I think the trolley should have a hook on the back of it, and they just drag the car behind it.
Where's my car? Oh, there it is.
I will say, I mean, I bet I cross the trolley tracks at the History Museum 25, 30 times a week. And you think, well, that's a lot. Yeah, it is, because I run that loop. I do the Grand Basin loop. I'm always in Forest Park. And those trolley tracks at the History Museum, easily 30 times a week, probably more. And I'm trying to think, since the trolley started running, I think I've seen it twice, maybe twice.
I don't think
in
I've
years.
I don't go down there as much as you do.
I mean, at the History Museum, I think I've seen it once in the
Oh.
loop, maybe.
Now,
A total of 3 times moving.
I have never seen it by the museum once.
Yeah,
and
I
I
think
go
yeah.
that direction a lot,
Yeah.
for various reasons. Sometimes I'm on Del Mar, and I don't think I've ever seen the trolley. But again, I'm probably not a good judge because it's only my anecdotal evidence, and I'm not there enough to make a judgment.
When did it start? When did the trolley start? Was it 4 years ago?
I thought it was like 2018. Yeah, about that.
Okay, then yes, I've seen it twice at the History
That's
Museum
wild.
moving. And like I said, people go, you're not at that spot 30 times. I am, because I think this morning I crossed that spot maybe 6 times,
Look.
right? You're doing workouts, you see it. I don't know how you would, if you're a visitor, maybe you can go online, try to find the hours, and it's like, oh, it's down for service. Oh, it hit a car. It's impractical.
This text message says, I am confused as to why the trolley was simply not put on wheels as opposed to tracks. It would have served the same purpose, and then some with increased flexibility. I mean, they already have those, but they're kind of, you rent them, and
Yeah.
they're for bachelor parties.
Or taking the
And
wedding party.
wedding parties, yeah.
to get pictures. I will say this, my friend Noah was in New Orleans recently, and they have a trolley there. And she said she saw it all around the street. She went for a run and really wanted to hop on the trolley. She hopped on the trolley. It's so easy to get a pass. You can get a day pass or a one-trip pass. Makes it stops. It's very effective. It's very efficient. People use it all the time. She said it was so great. It reminded her so much of not the trolley in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be,
She said it was nothing like the trolley in St. Louis.
like I said earlier, I do think it would be, if we had a cool thing
Mhm.
where a trolley was part of it, I think that could be nice. And I think it could be a bit of an attraction. But we don't really have a good place for it. And I don't think it doesn't add much if it's only in this 2-mile area and people can't really truly use it for transportation. I mean, you can, but it doesn't really make sense
Mhm.
that anybody is using it from the museum to the loop or to the that circle, unless you're just writing it for the sake of writing it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it's become, which I don't know how many people are even doing that. And so I
Maybe they
wanted to
should make it an ambulance.
I'm sure.
Maybe they should make it
It doesn't
an
go to the
ambulance.
hospital.
That's a great point.
I mean,
Goes to the History Museum.
we can give you a ride. Can you get me to the hospital? Well, not
how
exactly.
about the History Museum?
Yeah, we could take you there. There are cutting tools in there.
And I'm saying this because I'm still upset. I don't think the city should do anything else until it gets 911 dispatchers so people stop dying while waiting for help.
Now, to go back to the listener's question about why not just make it a gas-powered vehicle that is a trolley, and we've already seen those before, that could go up and down the loop. I don't know the answer to this, and I'd have to do some research, but I wonder if there is a cost of operating that maybe it's more expensive for a gas-powered bus, essentially, which is what it would be, as opposed to building an entire electrical grid for this thing.
You're
I don't
telling me that bus would have used $37 million
probably.
worth
I don't
of
know.
gas?
I over time, if they
No.
expect that, hey, once this thing is up, it's already paid for. We're not going to have to do maintenance all the
$37
time.
million of gas.
I don't
think
know.
So.
Hey,
No, you do
well,
know.
then you go do the numbers then.
You do know.
You go do the numbers, Amy, and come back to me.
I bet a long haul trucker who goes across the country doesn't use $37 million worth of gas on his one truck.
This text message says, why is Amy's evidence taken as anything? Does the trolley run at 6:30 a.m.?
Well, afternoon runs. This guy's obviously doesn't know how runners work. All times of day, morning and evening and night. So, yes.
All right. When we come back, we will talk to Aaron Williams on KMOX.
Hey guys, it's Dave and Rachel from The Dave Glover Show.
So, Smart Mouth is the only mouth rinse in the world that has a chemical reaction that makes sure that your bad breath is gone for 12 hours at a time, which means 24 hours a day, zero bad breath.
Yeah, all you have to do is rinse twice and you are covered for 24 hours. That means you never have bad breath. Plus, there's a product to fit whatever your needs are. To learn more, go to their website, smartmouth.com/Glover. And while you're there, you can get a coupon for $2.50 off.
Scrubbles is now scrubbing in St. Louis, with 2 locations now open and 9 more scrubbing soon. Our starting lineup of locations are the best in the biz. Come see our state-of-the-art car wash and see why Scrubbles is now batting cleanup in the St. Louis lineup. We prep wash and everything you need to clean your car is included. We have great monthly memberships. Visit us at Salt Lake Road or Mexico Road and see why Scrubbles is batting cleanup for St. Louis.
Dynamo X, Hot Shots, Together Credit Union, and Michelob Ultra have teamed up to bring you another St. Louis City Caravan. It all happens Thursday, August 17th at 6 p.m. at Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill in Fenton. Come on out and meet City striker Nico Giacchini.
Oh, take it on for Giacchini. Take the other. Giacchini! He scores!
The City Caravan, Thursday, August 17th at Hot Shots in Fenton. Sitting on tap, presented by Michelob Ultra and America's Sports Voice, Dynamo X.
Hey guys, Glover here for B&B Theaters in Wentzville. Old friends of mine, good people, great theater, been there many times. It is the home to Screen X, the world's first multi-projection cinema platform, showing the movie on the massive grand screen in front and on the 2 auditorium side walls. Couple that with heated leather reclining seats and the incredible action of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning for a summer blockbuster that can't be beat. Tickets are online at bbtheaters.com.
One of the best things about retirement is all the great senior discounts you'll be getting. But you know who won't be giving you a discount? The Taxman. And with the way Washington works, you might even be in a higher tax bracket in retirement than you are right now. And that's why it's so important to have a good tax strategy in place. And Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group, they can help you design that strategy. Attend their upcoming educational workshop focusing on taxes in retirement on Tuesday, August 22nd or Thursday, August 24th at the Twisted Tree in Sunset Hills. These events are complimentary, but you must qualify to attend. 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824. Or visit yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory services are offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. BWA and All Financial Group, LLC are independent of each other. Insurance and annuity products are offered through Stephen All, Missouri license number 803-9738.
Charlie Brennan here. Last year, Beth and I discovered water in the ceiling near the chimney in the front of our house. We immediately called Morelli Tuck Pointing, St. Louis's premier tuck pointer since 1991. The Morelli team then tuck pointed the front and the rear chimneys above the roof and spot tuck pointed below the roof. Morelli used a waterproof mortar that perfectly matched the existing mortar. Then the guys re-cemented the cap, sealed the flashing, and waterproofed the chimney. They then cleaned up so you could never tell any work was done. The Brennans no longer see any water in our front room, and I think if you live in a brick or stone home in need of repair, call the company that's received the Angie's List Super Service Award every year, back to back to back since 2005. Morelli, winner of the BBB Torch Award. Check out their reviews on the Google, Angie's List, and Better Business Bureau websites. MorelliTuckPointing.com, 314-645-1387.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
Charlie Brennan sees clearly thanks to Dr. Bertie and Malhotra. You can too. Go to youridoc.com today or call 314-966-5000.
Manchester Coin & Jewelry is the estate buyers. From fine jewelry to costume jewelry, watches working or not, on Manchester Road west of 141. It's Manchester Coin & Jewelry, the estate buyers.
I'm Jim Brennan. McKelvey Homes is celebrating 125 years with our inventory home sale. And for every home sold, McKelvey Homes will donate $1,898 to Dravet Syndrome Foundation. Visit McKelveyhomes.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts Loaner Tool Program has more than 80 specialty loaner tools available to help you with your next repair. Refundable deposit required. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
We're back! Chris Ranji, Amy Marks Kors on KMOX.
Chris and Amy on KMOX. We were telling you before the break about Aaron Williams, who's the founder of the 7th Grade Poetry Foundation. And you may have seen the billboards around town that say, when the street lights are on, do you know where your children are? Well, we go to the Quiver River Electric guest line, and Aaron Williams is visiting with us this morning on KMOX. We appreciate your time, Aaron. How you doing?
Excellent. And glad that I have the opportunity to be on the Mighty Mox and be able to share the impact this message might be able to have here in our community once again.
All right, we're glad to have you on. So tell us, what made you want to do this?
Well, when I heard that we were having a new police chief from New York, and I'm from New York, based on how fast I'll talk, you'll certainly know that. He and I both grew up, as you've commented, on the "It's 10 o'clock, do you know where your children are" message that started in New York in the late 60s. And I started reaching out to people all over the city of St. Louis and started having conversations with people. And what I learned was that in St. Louis, the 10 o'clock rule is not the dominant rule in any household. It's streetlights. And it was hundreds of people kept saying it was streetlights, and it was really enforced in the household. And what was fun was when the men that I would speak with commented on this, they would have this grin on their face because they remember what happened when they didn't follow the rule the first time. And it only took 1 or 2 times breaking that rule in the household before they knew, as a mayor of Wellston had commented, that if he's playing football and the ball's in the air for the winning touchdown, those lights start flickering and he just runs home, and all the other kids ran home because they didn't want the punishment for being late getting home.
I did. Go ahead.
Well, the next thing was, now that I'm hearing that's what the message is, we then started researching how do we get this out into the public again? And again, talking to more and more people, I realized that the one medium that I could start using was to put it in people's faces and literally put it on a billboard. And once the 3 billboards are up on 40 West and 70 West and 55 North in the city limits, then we decided to put it in all 140 buses on the inside that covered North and Central City and all of North County. Then we started talking to all the municipal people, law enforcement, librarians as well, that are in those locations, and we've just got tremendous feedback that. As you have call-ins on this message, when streetlights are on, do you know where your children are? I think you're going to find that there is just an overwhelming part of the culture of the community that is not only saying that we could bring this back, but they're also reflecting on how much safer kids were when this was a household rule, how much less mischief and risk there were to both community and young people when this was the rule. And there's just no reason we can't bring this part of the community's culture back again.
How do you quantify success for a campaign like this?
Well, first, in speaking with 30 different municipalities to date, and we still have more to go, we share with them, you know your community, you know the power of the message of what it used to be able to do in your community, and you know that so many of your residents may have simply forgotten it. And so we basically say, you use the approach you can to reach out to the community, and we've received a lot of ideas. I'll go over once I finish this comment. We believe that the battle, and that's what this is, the battle for public safety has to go back to the household, one household at a time. Then it's the block the household's on at a time. Then it's the street itself, and then it's the whole community. And so I think the more the message is shared, the more the feedback then starts giving you the idea that you start hearing what the impact is. And I'll just give you an example of how one community had shared that they love to put up yard signs. And so imagine any of the municipalities here, you have a block that has 3 or 4 signs with this in the front yards on just one block. And 4 blocks away, you have a street that has no signs in the front yard saying when street lights are on, do you know where your children are? One block sends the message, street lights come on, every kid on that block, and this is how it used to be, is going to hear from somebody yelling out the front door, you better get home. But it also means that block has eyes on the street. And so if you're going to wind up doing something you shouldn't be doing, whether you're a young person or an adult, one block is sending the signal nobody's looking out the window, and the other block is saying they are. One block is saying nobody might be home. The other block is saying people definitely are home. And so I think that's why we're talking. Why we're speaking with law enforcement, because they give us different feedback than other people do.
Aaron Williams is the founder and president of the 7th Grade Poetry Foundation, and also part of the campaign, when the street lights are on, do you know where your children are? There are a lot of people, as I mentioned, who are trying to do good in the city and trying to come up with ways they can help reduce crime in St. Louis. There are members of the communities that are mostly affected by it who have been trying. This is your effort. What sort of feedback do you get from people in the communities we're talking about here that are mostly affected by crime?
One, some of the people we've been interacting with say that they do think push things back to the household level for accountability by the caregiver, accountability by the young person, responsibility by the caregiver, responsibility by the young person, and that there can be positive consequences as well as negative ones that can come from this. But the first battlefront again, they all are saying overwhelmingly, let's bring this back again. And we've modernized through research. We've come up with some of the ways that, in the old days, you used to say you're going to get a whooping when you get home. And a lot of people tell us that's what the consequence used to be. Now imagine if you're late the first time, I take your cell phone away for 3 nights, or you're banned for a week from video game playing or TV viewing or other means of communicating with the world. But another takeaway that we've got on this is begging the question that it seems no public official I don't even remember the last time a public official said something that a young person can do at night is in the home reading, in the home writing. And we're a literary charity, and we know from past experience that there's an opportunity here for librarians to maybe become the community's heroes here as caregivers, can be asked, go to the library. Your young person may have never had a book read to them before, may never have read a book on their own before that they picked out. And even at a juvenile level, 13, 14, 16 years old, maybe the only reading they've ever done is what they were told they had to read for school. And you're looking at millions of volumes of books that maybe turns that light bulb on, and like hundreds of millions of people in this country, they get to have the joy, the experience of falling asleep with a book in their lap or on their bed and waking up and wanting to keep reading that book. We think that that's part of this solution as well. So that's the reason that we've been reaching out to libraries.
Aaron Williams, we appreciate your time today. Again, the organization is 7th Grade Poetry Foundation, the website 7gp.org. Thank you for visiting with us today on KMOX.
Thank you. Thank you much.
That is Aaron Williams on the Quiver River Electric guest line. We need to get to a break. We'll do that hour 2 next on KMOX.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's.
I'm onto something. Reese's.
Bobby, did we get that shipment of mesquite?
Jim's woodworking shop worked fine
Good fit on those Japanese corners.
until half his staff retired.
Wow, those cuts are neat. I'm really going to miss your precision.
He needs 4 skilled woodworker bees ASAP.
All right, this jigsaw needs a new blade.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. If you or someone you love don't seem to be hearing that well anymore, make an appointment today with Dr. Colleen Bosler at one of our 3 St. Louis area audiology center locations, Creve Coeur, St. Peter's, and Florissant.
Have you ever felt like sitting back or giving up at a family gathering because you're tired of working so hard to hear? Have you ever avoided going to an event because you know you won't be able to hear well? At the Audiology Center, we like to take a look at each person's personal needs. We want to get them exactly what they need to hear their best in all environments. Whether it's the television, noisy restaurants, family gatherings, or even just at home one-on-one with your spouse. We encourage you to make an appointment today so we can show you everything.
Thanks, doctor. You can make that appointment today by calling 636-441-7470 or online, theaudiologycenterstl.com.
KMOX, KECK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The legendary voice of St. Louis, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Longwood, kiss that baby goodbye. It's gone a mile. Simmons touches them all.
On Friday, August 18th, the Cardinals host the Mets, and that night, 25,000 fans aged 16 and older take home a Cardinals Hall of Fame Car Parade bobblehead thanks to Ford. Fans will be surprised at the gates when they receive one of 2 mystery bobbleheads. Will it be Matt Holliday or will it be Ted Simmons? Which one will you get? Find out August 18th. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
The Cardinals are proud to celebrate our troops and veterans. Military Appreciation Night presented by Bally Sports Midwest is Friday, August 18th when the Cardinals host the Mets. With the purchase of a special theme ticket, fans will receive an exclusive Cardinals cap honoring their favorite branch of the military, Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, Marines, or Navy. A portion of each ticket purchased will be donated to USO Missouri. For more information, visit cardinals.com/theme.
This is Navy veteran and former Cardinal Mitch Harris. Thank you for being the best fans in baseball.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news, KMOX.
At 11:01, we've got a partly cloudy sky. It's 79 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun. Our top story this hour.
This just in.
A grandfather is now charged in the fatal self-inflicted shooting of his 7-year-old grandson.
Police releasing more information about the shooting death of a 7-year-old in Berkeley yesterday. The victim's name, Darnell Macon, charged with endangering the welfare of a child in armed criminal action, is the boy's grandfather, 45-year-old Walter Macon. Prosecutors contend he knew his gun was in his truck and left his grandson alone there. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Republican presidential candidate Ron DeSantis is replacing his campaign manager as the Florida governor continues to reset his presidential campaign. The Florida governor is bringing on James Otheimer, his chief of staff from his state office, to serve as his campaign manager, replacing Jenna Peck, who led DeSantis' re-election campaign last year before jumping into the same role on his presidential bid. Mike Pence has qualified for the first GOP presidential debate of the 2024 campaign. Political analyst Larry Sabato.
The good news for Mike Pence is that he's qualified for the August 23rd debate, first Republican televised debate. The bad news is that he's actually the 8th Republican candidate to qualify.
County Council Chairwoman Shalonda Webb is considering legislation to address gun violence in St. Louis County. She's on Total Information AM to discuss it. At the same time, Councilman Mark Harder issued a statement accusing Webb of infringing on the Second Amendment rights of citizens.
We have real issues with automatic rifles being in the hands of teenagers. And so I offer my colleague, and unfortunately he's 2 doors down from me, and we never had this conversation.
You can listen to Webb now on the Odyssey app, the Total Information AM podcast. Tomorrow, Harder will be on TIAM at 8:45. August is National Child Support Awareness Month.
Children need to be taken care of, and they deserve to be cared for by 2 parents.
And sometimes when you have a never married non-custodial father, they don't necessarily have had a divorce decree and they've not established how they would pay. And
That's Sherry Tillis, the CEO of the Fathers and Family Support Center. One of the cornerstones of their programming is getting fathers on track to pay child support.
so over the last year, it was reported back to us from Child Support Enforcement for those individuals who were not previously paying. We've returned over $1.6 million back into the system.
Tillis says they help the fathers with parenting classes, job training, and placement and legal help as well. The KMOX Business Desk, regional banks back in the news.
After Fitch grabbed headlines last week, Moody's cut its credit ratings on 10 smaller banks and said it could downgrade some larger ones too. It's raising concerns about the banking industry, including its high exposure to the struggling commercial real estate market. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
Down from Stifel's, down 334 points to 35,139. We've got a two-vehicle crash on 270 South before Manchester Road. We've been following. They've just cleared that. Some slow-moving road work on 44 going east at Elm. 44 east at Elm, slow-moving road work. The left lane is closed.
KMOX AccuWeather, warm, sticky for the afternoon. Sun and clouds up to 86. Spotty thunderstorm late tonight, down to 72. Very humid tomorrow with some strong to severe thunderstorms from the afternoon, early evening, especially the high 78. Warm and sticky up to 86 Thursday. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore on the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. It's a sunny sky, 79 in Florissant, 79 St. Peters, and 79 degrees downtown at the Arch. It feels like 81. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up. JerryKelly.com says if you purchase a full home comfort system today, they'll install it the very next day.
That's fast.
And guaranteed. Buy a home comfort system from Jerry Kelly today and they'll install it tomorrow or they'll give you $500. Guaranteed.
JerryKelly.com. The Chris and Amy Show.
Sponsored by the Cardinals. Cardinal tickets for 2023 are on sale now and start at just $6. Info at Cardinals.com.
It's Chris and Amy on KMOX, a terrific Tuesday, a Temp Tag Tuesday, by the way. We are broadcasting.
Oh, wait, we've got a story about that too.
Oh, Temp Tags.
When are we talking about
well,
that?
we'll get to it at some point here. But
yeah.
now we go to the Quiver River Electric guest line today. And we wanted to know more about the future of nuclear energy in this country and around the world, of course. And Dr. Stephen Biegalski is a nuclear and radiological engineering and medical physics program chair at the Georgia Institute of Technology. And Dr. Biegalski is visiting with us today on KMOX. How you doing, Doctor?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, I got a question for you before we get into the serious stuff. And Amy doesn't want me to ask you this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
Does it bother you being a nuclear expert when people pronounce it nuclear?
I don't even notice.
You don't?
I think you can go to Webster and you can see that there's 3 approved pronunciations.
Really?
And so depending on your regional dialect, I think that there's multiple approved pronunciations. And I won't argue with Webster.
Well, that is a that's a diplomatic thing to say, Doctor. Thank you very much for that.
We do. We appreciate it. And we won't waste your time
We won't waste
anymore.
time anymore.
Yes. Okay. So a rather big deal when we're talking about alternative forms of energy and climate change and what we can do about that. The first American nuclear reactor to be built from scratch is how the Associated Press put it, in about 30 years, is now going up in Georgia. The third unit of this nuclear reactor is ready to go. There'll be a 4th unit of the nuclear reactor that will be ready to go in March. The only thing is, it's 7 years late and $17 billion over budget. So is nuclear energy still a viable option for the United States if these projects continue to be late and over budget?
Well, first off, I am very much so an advocate for the plants that are being constructed and are now operational within the state of Georgia will benefit our electrical grid tremendously. One of the things from an engineering perspective, these are first of the kind plants to be built within the United States. And while we would love for every first of a kind development to be on time and on budget, I do think we have to have some forgiveness for the people constructing this plant and the licensing procedures and everything that they're going through. These are really massive facilities. And the fact that they did go over schedule and over budget, I would almost say is in the realm of expectations for new, huge facilities that are being built in the United States. When you talk to the people that built it, they had to retrain a workforce within the United States to be even able to complete such tasks. They had to develop supply chains. And I think that if we were, and I hope we do, continue the trend and leverage the road that's been paved here to build these facilities again in the United States, that if we don't delay and are able to, again, continue further plants, that costs and schedule will reduce like you would expect when building second, third, fourth, 10th of a kind.
Generally, the opposition to nuclear facilities by the general public, and that's where I think a lot of the pushback does come from, is because of the feeling of danger. There are nuclear accidents. We've heard about those. People think about Chernobyl, or they think about the possibility that it could just blow up like an actual nuclear bomb. But it's not quite like that, correct?
In fact, it's the exact opposite. Nuclear power is the safest form of electricity that we utilize within the United States. It is safer than wind, it is safer than solar, and it is significantly safer than coal. And if you look at the statistics and the data, you'll actually see that. So I think that the public perception, if the public perception is that nuclear is dangerous and risky, I think that the data tell a completely different story.
Yeah, and that's what's so interesting as we look at nuclear power. People across the political spectrum, people like Bill Gates, you yourself, a proponent of nuclear energy. But there is, in public perception, maybe almost a stigma that somehow nuclear energy is riskier. You have said that it's not. Did this stigma and hesitation towards nuclear energy contribute to the lack of workers who know how to build and also repair these nuclear reactors?
Okay, well, how much time do we have here? There's quite a story to be told about the progress of the nuclear industry within the United States in the last number of decades. And I think that really it starts with the 1970s, and that these were big, massive plants that were not necessarily being run as efficiently as they could. And a day of downtime at a nuclear power plant costs the facility about $1 million in lost revenue. So if you have a pump that goes out, or if you have some maintenance that has to be performed, you have to recognize that these facilities are losing $1 million a day in lost income. And in the 1970s, the plants were not running as efficiently as they are today. And really coming around the 2000s, so about 20 years ago, these plants started reaching what we'll call 90+% capacity factor, meaning that they're running and producing about 90% of the maximum power that they could. Now, that extra difference is really the fact that you need to turn off the plant once in a while to refuel, to do maintenance, et cetera. But from the 1970s to the 2000s, the nuclear industry in the United States really learned how to efficiently run these facilities. Now, again, that doesn't have anything to do with danger or risk to the public. It has the ability to do predictive maintenance, to be able to run a facility so that it's running at peak capacity all the time. And that transition over those years transitioned the nuclear facilities within the United States to go from facilities that weren't making as much money for the utilities to really being strong revenue sources. And that's what we're seeing today. And I think from a utility perspective, I'd argue that they track the money more than they track public opinion about such things. And I think it's that difference that is really within the last 20 years or so turned on utilities to want to build new nuclear power plants. And another thing that's changed, about 15 years ago, natural gas was very, very, very inexpensive. And when you looked at the ability to produce electricity, natural gas was favored because of the, we'll say, cost-effective, pricing. However, that's also changed. And so when we're looking now at both safe, reliable, carbon-free electricity, nuclear is the main option, and it's the only option that is expandable to meet the needs that we have within the United States.
Currently, the plants that we have, nuclear fission, and admittedly, I don't really know much about the difference between the two, but nuclear fission is what we use to produce the energy we have now. There was the breakthrough back in December with nuclear fusion, and scientists were very excited about that development. What would that mean, or what does that mean for the future?
Okay, well, let me first define the difference between fission and fusion. And that fission is where we break apart atoms, and we're really looking at things like uranium-235 or plutonium as sources of the fuel. When we deal with fusion, it's light elements. It's like hydrogen, often isotopes of hydrogen like deuterium and tritium that we're joining together to get energy. And again, I need an hour lecture to really get into all the physics there. But when we look at the announcement that was made by the Department of Energy for the National Ignition Facility at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory that occurred earlier this year, it was, a breakthrough for them in that they were able to produce more energy than was put into the pellet by the lasers that basically increased the temperatures within those pellets. And that was a major breakthrough for them. But let's be very clear that that doesn't mean that commercial fusion power is happening anytime in the next, few years. There's significant advancements that are still required in order to even get the entire system energy efficient. And then even more developments that are needed to turn it into a commercially viable system. And then development of regulation and licensing and how that would all work out. So we're likely on a good course, at least 20 years away from having viable fusion commercial power. And so I think it would be a shame to conflict that with fission power that's currently available today and has been a reliable backbone of the U.S. electrical grid for decades, because really fission is what's available today. Fusion, it would be great if it was available, but even on an optimistic time frame, we're looking at 20 years out.
Yeah, and I'm always shocked that there's not more discussion about nuclear power as, again, we continue to address climate change and energy needs. Do you think something as simple as a campaign, like an advertising / marketing campaign that the government does to stop smoking or whatever public service, stop littering it may be, to help people understand and become more familiar with nuclear power?
I think that public perception could be significantly swayed by such activities, whether or not that's the government role or an industry role or even academic roles, I don't know. But I can tell you that from my perception, being a professor at a university, I do see that our generation of students going to college has a significantly different view of nuclear power than what people of, we'll say, my generation, I'm in my 50s right now, so I'm in a different generation, may have of nuclear power. And so I think even without those type of, we'll say, active campaigns by the government, the public perception as a function of, age is significantly changing. We're seeing significant increases in interest in nuclear power from our, undergraduates. And I think that their perception is very different than maybe what someone in my age demographic would be.
Yeah, I just, as a follow-up, one of my friends went to MIT, so we visited MIT's nuclear reactor laboratory that's right there on the campus of MIT in the heart of Boston. I didn't even know it was there. And it was very cool and obviously very familiar to all of the student population there.
Yes, and there are a number of university research reactors around the country that contribute to education and research around the world. Let's see, closest to you, there are definitely some research reactors in Missouri that you could go visit and talk to. And, again, Wisconsin has an excellent program. And again, I think that there are a lot of these research facilities that you may not know are there, but have been for decades and have operated safely and effectively and really contribute to both education as well as research around the world.
Do you know, and I know you went to U of I, you got a PhD at U of I. Do you have any idea if any of the remnants from the Manhattan Project, what was under the football field, that facility they had down there, is any of that still there?
Okay, so I think that's now a National Historic Site. So that's at the University of Chicago and Stagg Field.
Yep.
I have never visited it, but I do believe that it's listed as a National Historic Site. And but I don't think, as far as fuel and everything else is concerned, I think things have been pretty well disassembled since the 1940s.
Yeah, I think they brought all of that down here. It's in a landfill down here in St. Louis.
We're dealing with that.
Yeah, we're dealing with that.
Okay.
That's why we need
I'll take your word for that. I don't know.
It is a massive problem.
That's why we need the
It's literally
billboards.
a huge
Yeah,
problem.
we need a marketing campaign to let people know this would be different.
It's
This is
different
not
than
bad.
the Manhattan
Yeah.
Project waste. Yeah, totally. Dr. Stephen Biegalski, we appreciate your time. Thank you for visiting with us today and for taking my dumb questions.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. If you have anything else, feel free to reach out.
We will.
Awesome.
We
Thank
will
you
bring
so
you
much.
back. Dr. Biegalski is a nuclear and radiological engineering and medical physics program chair at the Georgia Institute of Technology. That is a resume.
I kind of wish, wouldn't you feel so cool if you could add all that to your name? Like a
Oh, I
title
feel
like that?
so much better about myself.
I would feel so good. I would walk around introducing myself with my full title.
Oh, yes. I'd have
time.
every single one of those words on a business card
Yes.
if people still do business cards.
Yeah.
And I would say, look at this.
I love it. He was awesome. We'll have to talk to him again. Well, if you don't need a nuclear reactor built in your backyard, but you do need a deck, STL FenceWorks can help you out. Don't look at me like that, Ranj. STL FenceWorks, they really can make your backyard dreams a reality. Last night, oh my gosh, it was absolutely gorgeous. I sat outside on the deck. I had a drink. I was out with Mason jar. The kids were hanging out. It totally changes the whole aspect and vibe of your home. Your backyard becomes a gathering space for family, for friends, for the kids. A deck can change the entire feel of the home and add space to it, add value to it. And STL FenceWorks, they can make the deck not only high quality and sturdier than your home, but also maintenance free. And that's awesome because they are the #1 distributor of Wolf Cellular PVC decking in the Midwest. That's proudly manufactured right here in the U.S. And Wolf Cellular PVC decking, it's the #1 maintenance-free decking product in the country. So not only can you have value added to your home and space added to your home, but it's maintenance-free and it doesn't get any easier than that. Let STL FenceWorks make your backyard dreams a reality. Your satisfaction is their passion. So visit them today at stlfenceworks.com.
2 ways to listen to KMOX in your car. 98.7 in the city, 1120 AM further out. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Hi, this is Ken.
And Laurie Heisey of Heisey Advisory Group. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families work toward their financial goals.
Join us Sundays at 9:30 a.m. for Your Retirement Highway.
Investment advisory services by individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Can you imagine being a superhero?
With a sidekick?
Can you imagine you can fly?
Your sidekick shows up wherever you are.
In a fancy blue truck.
And whatever you point at disappears.
1-800-GOT-JUNK is your sidekick.
We're twitching in anticipation.
Vibrating with energy.
We haul away whatever you point at.
Any home or apartment.
Workplace or job site.
We're industrial strength sidekicks.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hi, Joe Buck for New Space. If you're tired of all the closets in your home having wire shelving, call the organization experts at New Space. New Space can remove your wire shelving and upgrade your home with a customized closet system that optimizes every square inch of storage space. Because life's too short for wire shelving. Let New Space design and install the closet of your dreams. Go to newspace.com to get started with a complimentary consultation and design.
With a New Space.
That's newspace.com.
For a limited time, First Community is offering an 18-month certificate of deposit that pays 4.75% annual percentage yield and a 12-month certificate that pays 4.25% annual percentage yield. Unlike some high-risk investments, CDs are fully insured to keep your savings safe, and the return on your investment is guaranteed. Requires a $500 minimum deposit to open. Call 1-800-767-8880 for terms and conditions. Federally insured up to $250,000 by NCUA.
When it's time to shop for your next pair of shoes, consider New Balance St. Louis. We have the largest selection of styles and sizes to help you find the perfect fit. See for yourself why New Balance is the most referred athletic brand by medical professionals. Our fit pros are extremely knowledgeable and take the time to understand your specific goals and activities. Customer service and selection makes all the difference when selecting a shoe store. Visit us in Creve Coeur, Richmond Heights, and Fairview Heights. New Balance St. Louis. Nationally known, locally owned.
It's the greatest pop rock of the 60s and 70s. The Happy Together Tour 2023. Saturday, August 19th, the Family Arena. Starring the Turtles, Little Anthony, Gary Puckett and the Union Gang, the Vogues, the Classics 4, and the Cowsills. Tickets are on sale now at the Carroll House box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster.
John Michael Montgomery.
Oh, the lady in the second row. She's an 8, she's a 9, she's a 10, I know.
Live.
I swear.
The multiple Grammy, CMA, and ACM award winner. John Michael Montgomery with McBride and the Ride. Friday, October 20th at the Family Arena. Reserved seats are on sale now at the Carroll House box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. John Michael Montgomery, live in concert.
We go where you go. 11:20 a.m., 98.7 FM, KMOX.com.
Did you see that thing? I can't believe it. Something is obviously wrong.
This is a joke, right?
Oh my God. Are you freaking kidding me? No way.
You gotta be kidding me. Don't feel bad. There's no way you could have known that.
Now, did you see this with Chris and Amy on the show?
A little late to Did You See This today because we had an interview we had to get to. But Amy, I don't know, did you see the story about a man in Italy who was crushed to death by falling wheels of cheese?
Wow. No.
Yeah. So an Italian man, here's the story from CBS News. An Italian man has been crushed to death under thousands of vast wheels of Parmesan-style hard cheese. Giacomo Ciapparini.
Parmesan is really hard. Like, that would be a bad cheese to get hit with.
Yeah, Giacomo Ciapparini was 74, was buried under the Parmesan-style cheeses. Each weighed a total of almost 90 pounds when a shelf broke in his warehouse in the northern Lombardy region, created a domino effect that brought down thousands of wheels, according to the fire department. They had to move the cheeses and shelves by hand. It took almost 12 hours to get to him.
That's awful.
Yeah. And you know what? When companies don't take safety seriously, it really grates on me.
You did not.
What?
You're a horrible person. You did not.
So sorry. The warehouse contains 25,000 wheels of Grana Padano, which is kind of like Parmesan.
You can't. No Parmesan facts are going to get you out of this hole that you dug.
We'll give you the birds next on KMOX.
Following the Dave Glover Show at 5 o'clock, it's Total Information PM. Hey, I'm Michael Calhoun. Check in with Kevin Wheeler and me for the latest news and information. Roger covers your commute. Dave Murray's got the forecast. Matt Pauley has sports. We'll take deep dives on local issues and help you be a smarter consumer. At 5:30, the CBS Evening News helps you understand what's happening around the country and the world. Total Information PM at 5 o'clock, right after Dave Glover on the trusted voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Tom Ackerman for Building Community with Busey Bank, a podcast series easily accessible at KMOX.com/community banking. Our goal to bring awareness to local organizations and share how they're bettering our community. As we get into the back to school routine, we invited Kelly Garrett, director of KIPP St. Louis, to share how the Knowledge is Power charter school prepares graduate success. Listen to Building Community with Busey Bank today and every day at KMOX.com/community banking.
We all know how important nutrition is to our health, so why don't we do something about it? With Neovitin Men's 50 Plus, you can give your body sensible doses of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to support your daily health. Formulated for men over 50, Neovitin Men's 50 Plus gives you B vitamins to support energy and our proprietary physician-formulated blend for daily support you won't find anywhere else. Do something about your health today with Neovitin Men's 50 Plus. Available at your local Schnucks and Deerbergs.
Hey, Debbie Monterey here. Before you sell your home, you should know what it's worth in today's market. Call Gloria Liu. She'll tell you. With 20 plus years of experience, Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty has been successfully selling homes in your area for more money than the average agent. Gloria has multiple selling options that give you, the seller, the power of how and when your home is sold. A few of Gloria's options include bringing multiple cash offers from her substantial pool of investors, a zero commission program, and don't forget Gloria's guaranteed sale program. How can Gloria guarantee the sale of your home? Because Gloria's database of buyers is huge, and she's so confident that she can sell your home that she can put her own money where her mouth is. So just call Gloria today, your local St. Louis real estate expert, at 314-325-6888. 314-325-6888 or online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
At 11:30, we've got a partly cloudy sky. It's 80 degrees downtown at the Arch. CBS's Jim Crisula reports on a deadly and stormy day along much of the East Coast.
Severe storms, including tornadoes, hit from Georgia to New York. 2 people were killed, including a 15-year-old who was leaving his family's home in Anderson, South Carolina, when a tree fell on him. Marcus Nash is a neighbor.
It's just tragic. I know his mother and everything. We all are real close around here.
The storm has forced the cancellation and delay of thousands of airline flights and cut power to more than 1 million homes and businesses at one point. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Speaking with school administrators, educators, and providers of education technology, First Lady Jill Biden spoke about cyber attacks against school districts, also noting that agencies are working to ensure classroom technology is more secure.
Social Security numbers and medical records stolen and shared online. Classroom technology paralyzed and lessons ended. So if we want to safeguard our children's futures, we must protect their personal data.
They have cleared the two-vehicle crash on 270 South before Manchester Road. Some slow-moving road work on 44 going east at Elm. The left lane's blocked. And some more slow-moving road work on 70 going west at 270. The left lane is closed. Humid with a mix of clouds and sun today. High 86. A thunderstorm in spots late tonight. The low 72. Humid with clouds tomorrow. Strong to severe afternoon and evening thunderstorms that could bring an isolated tornado tomorrow. High 78. Sponsored by Mers Goodwill. Donate your vehicle today to Mers Goodwill and get 4 Field Box tickets to a 2023 Cardinals game. It's easy and towing is free. Donate online at mersgoodwill.org. Use promo code Cardinals. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill. It's a partly cloudy sky, 80 downtown at the Arch now. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
We are Andro Law, your St. Louis legal powerhouse. Auto accidents, work injuries, pharmaceutical litigations, we do it all.
Onder Law. Call 314 or 618-900,000 to learn more.
Broadcasting from the Onder Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
Summer is here. Time to enjoy baseball, barbecues, and the shade of your trees. When it comes to tree care, call the certified arborist at Gamma Tree Experts. Hi, I'm Tim Gamma. Protect your valuable trees from storm damage or devastating insects such as the emerald ash borer. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. For pruning, spraying, fertilization, or removals, call Gamma Tree Experts experts today at 314-725-6159 or visit us at gammatree.com. Your trees deserve the best care.
Luke Combs here, and I have an exclusive opportunity for you to win $500,000 with the Living Lucky with Luke Combs lottery experience. Join me in Nashville for a private concert at the iconic Ryman Auditorium. One lucky winner will win $500,000 at the end of the show. Y'all feeling lucky? Enter today.
Enter your Living Lucky with Luke Combs Scratchers tickets at MoLottery.com for a chance to win a private concert experience and a chance at $500,000. Play it forward with the Missouri Lottery and play responsibly.
Hey guys, Glover here for B&B Theaters in Wentzville. Old friends of mine, good people, great theater. Been there many times. It is the home to Screen X, the world's first multi-projection cinema platform, showing the movie on the massive grand screen in front and on the 2 auditorium side walls. Couple that with heated leather reclining seats and the incredible action of Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning for a summer blockbuster that can't be beat. Tickets are online at bbtheaters.com.
Hi, I'm Paul Goldschmidt. Hi, I'm Miles Michaelis.
I'm Adam Wainwright, and you're listening to the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Get ready for the Cards and Rays tonight. Ameren Total Access 445. First pitch 540.
KMOX is Cardinals Radio.
Hi, I'm Paul Goldschmidt.
I'm Cardinals outfielder Lars Nootbaar.
I'm Woodson Contreras.
Now, Chris and Amy give you the birds.
I'm Adam Wainwright, and you're listening to the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
It's Chris and Amy on KMOX. This Cardinals report is brought to you by Renner Garage Door.
Yeah.
RENNER.
Okay.
Forward and back. Family owned and top rated. RennerDoorSTL.com. Great sponsor here to the show. Cardinals will play tonight in a series against the Tampa Bay Rays, the second best team in baseball. They get the second best record in baseball. At the moment, it's 68-46 on the season.
Wow. I wonder what the Cardinals' take is.
Okay, so on our sheet today, it says Cardinals take on the Rays.
But I read it as Cardinals take on the Rays. And I was
as if what do the Cardinals think about the Rays?
Like the Cardinals.
What's their take on the Rays? What do you mean? What's their take on the Rays?
That's what I was like. Did they issue a statement?
Here's what we think about the Tampa Bay Rays, who are only in second place despite having a 596 winning percentage. That is because the Baltimore Orioles, another bird we're going to get into in a moment, they are in first place in the American League East, which is, and I said this last week, I don't remember if it was to Claibs or who, that it's a weird sight. Not that the Baltimore doesn't deserve where they are, because they certainly deserve to be in first place. But it's weird to see the Orioles in first place in the best division in baseball.
Yeah.
And to see the Cardinals in last place in not the best division in baseball. It's probably the second worst division in baseball. It's just really interesting to see that. That is a dichotomy that I didn't really expect. So anyway, tonight it'll be Miles Michaelis getting the start against Zach Eflin, going against Tampa. Tomorrow, Dakota Hudson will get the start.
I was like, did we pick that guy,
got that guy
up?
And then Matthew Liberatore will go in the third game of the series. It's going to be a really tough series on the road in Florida at Tropicana Field. I want to get to the Baltimore Birds real quick, because this is a thing that, to me, sort of transcends sports a little bit. I'm going to play something for you. Okay. Amy?
Yep. Which I have not heard yet.
You have not heard yet. Now,
I was instructed not to
watch it.
Yeah.
So this is from a few, I guess about a week ago. The Baltimore Orioles, who had just played a series against the Cardinals opponent tonight, and Baltimore is now the home of Jack Flaherty, the new home of Jack Flaherty. They had not played particularly well historically against the Rays. And this is television broadcaster Kevin Brown. He's young. He's a lot of people really like him. They like his style. Well, he has not been broadcasting games for about a week or so, and people have been wondering, where is he? Why is he not calling games? And it goes back to this. Okay, I'm going to play this
Okay.
for you.
This is the Orioles.
This is the Orioles
television.
broadcaster, Kevin Brown. Listen carefully and tell me what you think might be wrong with this.
Okay.
For the Orioles, Brandon Hyde has felt like this has been maybe the toughest ballpark to play in, but the Orioles have a chance to do something special today. They've already clinched at least a split in the series, winning 2 of the first 3, and they could pick up a series win behind Tyler Wells today. It's been a minute. The Orioles split a 2-gamer with the Rays in June. They had lost their last 15 series here at Tropicana Field. You have to go back to when our now colleague Brad Brock picked up the win in the series finale, June 25th, 2017, the last time the Orioles won a series here at St. Pete. Already got 3-2 at the Trop this year after winning 3 of 18 the previous 3 years combined. It is a stark difference, Ben, and it is not a bad Rays team. It's not like all of a sudden the Rays became slouches in the American League East. They've led this division every day, but now 2, and the Orioles once again are back alone in first place.
Any problems that you can identify?
I have no problem with any of that. It seemed very factual statistics. He was saying, obviously, the Orioles had struggled in that ballpark, but a chance to turn things around in a ballpark where they have historically have had issues.
It's funny you say that because the owner of the Baltimore Orioles, John Angelos, thought that it was bad enough that he needed to be suspended.
No.
They suspended their broadcaster over that.
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious because reporting that's been done, Awful Announcing is a website and they cover announcers around all the sports. They looked into it. There have been multiple reports since then that have confirmed it, and I have not seen the Orioles since release a statement saying, no, that's not why. That's not it. It was something else. Just unbelievable. And I said John Angelos, Peter Angelos, by the way. He apparently took offense to that and thought that it was somehow overly heavy-handed. All they did was point out historically what had happened against the Rays, and now they're doing well against them. There was literally nothing wrong with any of it.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being...
What absolute sensitive ownership, nonsensical BS is that?
If I wanted to be critical and had to find something wrong with it, I could probably say, hey, maybe once you've established how bad the record has been historically for the Orioles at that stadium, maybe make it 3 seconds shorter.
That's a reach.
One fewer fact.
That's a reach.
But that's that's not something you suspend someone over.
That is embarrassing.
This is a bad enough suspension that, as an employee, does he have any recourse? I don't know that he would want to use it against an ownership group or against an owner, but it feels like unjustified suspension. As a worker, he's in a broadcast union, right? There's got to be some type of union for those guys.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. And each team is different. Some teams employ you directly where they pay you. Some teams are some broadcasters are paid by the broadcast entity. So like Bally Sports, or in this case, Masson, which is the network that runs the Orioles and Washington Nationals games. So I don't know what his situation is. I don't know if he's paid by Masson or if he's paid directly by Baltimore. But the teams almost always have final say on who their broadcasters are. Right? So that's I can't believe it. I listened to that and I saw the story yesterday afternoon. And it was Kevin Brown suspended. And I was like, oh, what did this idiot say? So I watched it and I was dumbfounded that there was literally nothing wrong with it. That is embarrassing by Peter Angelos and the Baltimore Orioles. Embarrassing.
We've said harsher things about this year's Cardinals team. Because we've joked around. There was nothing humorous about what he was saying.
No, he wasn't making fun of him.
It was quite literally statistics, which, by the way, baseball is built on statistics. It's the dorkiest sport when it comes to statistics. They're famous for it. So these were basic win-loss records over the course of however many years. And I thought he even spun it positively, that they could do something special here, that they had already won 2 out of 3, that things were turning around, and why this is such a significant turnaround. That would be like the St. Louis Blues when they went from worst to first. If as they were in the middle of this win streak, the 11-game winning streak that they went on in 2019 when Jordan Bennington was called up, if they weren't allowed to mention the fact that they had been in last place.
That's exactly what it is.
If Chris Kerber had not been allowed to say, this is the Blues record, they haven't won a 3-game winning streak in however many months or weeks, that they are in the cellar. We said they were in the cellar. If they had not been allowed to say all of that, that is mind-boggling.
And which is, and here's the amazing thing. In addition to it, you have all of these well-respected broadcasters. You've heard of Gary Cohn before. Yep. Cohen was a great hockey voice, and he just went off on the Orioles and said they're humiliating themselves. And you've got Michael Kay, who is the Yankees broadcaster, doing the same thing. I have not seen a single reaction from anybody who has defended the Orioles for what they did here. This is just, it's embarrassing,
And you
man.
said they're outstanding. They're on,
the team.
Yeah, they're on top of the division.
They got the best record in baseball right now.
Why does it
What are you
matter?
so sensitive? Yeah, exactly. Because you failed as an owner for all these years, and now you're finally good, and you're sensitive about how bad you've made the team for 20 years? Well, that's embarrassing, man. I mean, if you're going to be an owner of a professional sports franchise, you got to have some kind of thick skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're expected to have thick skin in this business.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a billionaire, dude. Well,
yeah, and here's the thing.
This is unbelievable.
When you're a broadcaster for the team, like Ron and I are not being paid by the Cardinals, but if you are the TV or radio broadcaster, you're paid by the team, generally picked out by the team. There's a respect line that's there. You're not going to go on the team broadcast and say, oh, this team is the worst, they're terrible, they're not, whatever it may be. You are usually semi-diplomatic. This guy was well within those bounds of being respectful and diplomatic.
He did literally zero things wrong there. That is so embarrassing.
Wow.
Guy's name's Peter Angelos. Find his email and tell him how embarrassing he is. Awful. Just awful and stupid. Dude. I mean, if you're that bad of an owner, you haven't put together a winning team until now, and it's been all of these years, you're going to be sensitive about it? How about just do your job better? How awful. By the way, maybe this is another element that's terrible. It's August 8th.
Mm-hmm.
He is expected, based on reporting from The Athletic, to return to the broadcast booth on August 11th. He's still going to be suspended for the next 3 games?
I wonder, you know what I
What are
do
we
want to
doing,
do?
man?
I want to hear if he addresses this at all.
He won't because he's young and he's trying to make a name for himself, and he already has. And by the way, there are probably literally 29 other teams. Well, maybe not us here, but I don't know. Maybe there are 15 teams out there, right, who would be willing to take him on. So this is just stupid.
Wow.
Just a really dumb move. There's nothing worse than a sensitive billionaire.
Why does it? There are a lot of them.
Jesus. It's like they're looking
lot.
at Elon Musk and going, I want to be that guy. I want to be as sensitive as that guy. Richest man in the world.
It's bizarre.
Unbelievable. All right.
All right. Hey, I got something. I got an expired tag story.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
People
It is
love
Temp Tag
this.
Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, so it's perfect.
Happy Temp Tag Tuesday on KMOX.
And Michael's Baths. I'm so excited to work with Michael's Baths because I love working with companies that are locally owned and operated and family owned and operated. And Michael's Baths is. Mike runs the company with his daughter. They keep things small and personalized and specialized. They have 6 employees and no giant showroom that they have to maintain. So they're able to keep overhead really, really low. Also, they work directly with the manufacturers. So a quote from Michael's Baths, don't be surprised if it's 30 to 50% lower than their competitors. That's awesome. That's a great feeling. You don't have to worry about high pressure sale tactics. You don't have to worry about getting ripped off. You know, you're working with Mike and his daughter and that they take pride in their work. And in fact, their work is bathrooms. That's all they do. A lot of companies will be like an all-you-can-eat buffet where they don't really specialize in anything or do anything great because they're doing roofing and windows and fencing and carpeting. At Michael's Baths, they are experienced custom bathroom remodeling contractors and designers that understand you want your new bathroom to be functional, affordable, and beautiful. And lastly, because I mentioned that they don't have a showroom, that's because when you work with them, they will bring the materials, the colors, the tiles to your space. So you can see what the color and texture looks like in your bathroom to find just the right style for your home. Michael's Baths, 636-775-0800, michaelsbaths.com.
Hi, I'm Maria Kina, inviting you to join us for our annual KMOX blood drive in memory of Brett Bloom. Brett fought cancer in 2019. We asked you then to donate blood, and the response, it was overwhelming. We lost Brett, but there are so many people today, right now, who need your help. The KMOX blood drive in memory of Brett Bloom, Thursday, August 24th from 2 to 7 p.m. Call 1-800-RED-CROSS or redcrossblood.org and use the sponsor code KMOX.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together, millions of things for our planet. Summer items like garden hoses, pool toys, and lawn chairs are not recyclable and best donated to charity. When we each share our one thing, it becomes a million things for our planet. What's your one thing?
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
This planet is so incredibly beautiful that I can't get enough of it. I did 950 miles on the Pacific Crest Trail, and Good Feet was with me all the way. Your passion's important, but if your body aches and if your heel feels like you've got a nail stuck in it and won't come out, trust me, it's going to wear you down. The Good Feet store knew what they were talking about and took the time to really dial in what I needed. I hiked 84 miles in the Himalaya and to do it pain-free. You think I'm not grateful for Good Feet?
Get ready for your summer adventures. Come to the Good Feet store today. Call 314-317-9494 or visit one of our 2 locations on Olive west of I-270 in the Plaza with Subway or in Shiloh, Illinois across from Deerbergs.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Individual results may vary. Consult your physician for medical conditions. Visit the website goodfeetstlewis.com. You deserve comfort in your life. Come in for your free test walk today.
The MLB app, your team, your players, your home for live streaming baseball.
And what a way to start.
Customize your home feed with your favorite team. Get personalized stats, highlights, stories, breaking news, and follow your team on game day. 3D replays and live streams add a new dimension to the game. Plus, free live streaming programming every day. The MLB app, make it your home for all things baseball. Download for free from the App Store or Google Play. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Men, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or PE, the medical providers at Paramount Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Paramount Men's Medical Center offers the most advanced treatments to eliminate ED and PE. 98% of men experience instant results on their first office visit. They're even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
Don't just take our word for it. Call Paramount Men's Medical Center now for our limited time offer. Your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 314-720-8081. 314-720-8081. That's 314-720-8081.
Refresh, restore, and protect your employees and customers. Call Zero Res to clean your business the right way so your floors and surfaces stay cleaner longer without the harmful chemicals the other guys use. Call 314-474-2020 or book online at ZeroResSTL.com.
Hi, this is Kevin Wheeler, and I see clearly thanks to Doctors Birdie and Malhotra, and you can too. Go to youridoc.com today or call 314-966-5000.
A divine musical comedy, Sister Act, raises your spirits at the Muni through August 20th. For tickets, muni.org.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends Mark and Neil Gelman from the Gelman team of eXp Realty. Selling your home, every situation is unique. Find the best options that are right for you from the real estate team who offer more options. My friends Mark and Neil Gelman. Check out the only agents that I trust at thegelmanteam.com.
More Amy, more Chris. What is this weird show? It's the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
So, Ranj, on Saturday, Mason Jar was driving down Clarkson Road in Chesterfield / Clarkson Valley, and he got pulled over by a police officer.
Oh, no.
Drugs? No.
Weapons?
No. Expired
Missing
tag.
taillight. Oh,
expired tag. Yeah, very friendly police officer. And he's, said, hey, did you know your tags are expired? And he did not, because the tag said 23. And he goes, okay, so how do I know what month it expired? And he's, well, there's a letter. And if there's a second letter, if it's like A or B or G, it lets you know what month. And okay. So it's not
that confusing?
Yes. I actually didn't quite understand the officer's explanation. So
and now we're going to get mad at people with expired tags.
Well, no, but here's the thing. This is a tale of two cities. So that was on Saturday, right? A few months, the tag had expired. It said 23. We didn't even realize it. Okay, he's going to get it fixed. He gets pulled over on Clarkson. Today, while driving down 40, and I was driving too fast down 40, I was passed by a very nice black Mercedes SUV, like kind of one of the newer styles, newer-ish. Yeah. Had to have been going over 100 miles an hour. Had to. And it had temp tags that expired in 2021. And you're thinking, how did you see that if it was going 100 miles an hour? Because it passed me, and because no one else on 40 was going 100 miles an hour.
What time of day?
Had to slam on the brakes, like 8:50.
PM?
AM. This morning.
This morning.
Yeah, because I was late. That's why I'm so late.
Yeah.
And he had to slam on the brakes because he ran up against other cars, right? So I could see the 21, and then he zigged and zagged across, all the way over to the right, across 3 or 4 lanes of traffic, all the way over to the left, and then took off. And as I said, I know he was going over 100 miles an hour. That guy hasn't been pulled over in 2 years, or maybe if he has been pulled over, it hasn't motivated him to pay his sales tax on his car.
On the temp tags, I don't look closely enough at them because I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't care. It
was a paper flapping.
The paper. Do they, on those paper tags, do they specify Missouri or Illinois or whatever state? Can you tell what state?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Because to me, they all just kind of look the same because I don't look closely enough at them.
And we see so many of them in St. Louis, right? And this car was flying and had temp tags that were over 2 years old. Yeah. Meanwhile, I can tell you in Chesterfield, you're going to get zinged for your expired plates. And that was it. And this is just something that I know in St. Louis is a huge deal because it's millions of dollars of revenue to the state that's lost every year. Every year. That's why there's that new legislation so that Missouri, like several other states, including Illinois, where you get to pay your sales tax on the car on the spot.
Well, but and also you're having to pay it yearly. If you've the property tax, you have to pay yearly. It's very expensive.
And that's expired plates, expired tags versus the temp tag.
So there's a lot of expenses when it comes to a vehicle outside of regular maintenance.
I would say if this guy couldn't pay the sales tax on his very fancy black Mercedes SUV, maybe get a Camry. Maybe save a few bucks.
I don't know, man.
That
car looks pretty good.
This wasn't someone who was struggling to make ends meet.
How do you know?
Because it was a fancy Mercedes.
Well, that Mercedes probably put him in the hole,
You're an idiot.
That's Amy Marks Cores. I'm Chris Ranji. Well, you missed a lot on this show today.
Whoa, baby.
You're going to want to be with us next.
We went nuclear.
On KMOX.
Over 30 years ago, it was that can-do spirit which helped the founder of Reinhold Flooring start the business, installing Reinhold quality carpet and beautiful flooring himself. Now, Reinhold Flooring is still family-owned and operated and winning St. Louis Magazine's Best Flooring Store 2 years in a row. With Reinhold Flooring, it's not about the sale, it's about the amazing floor to perfectly match your house and your life. Customer-driven since day one. Visit ReinholdFlooring.com. With so many ideas you can do it with a can-do crew at Reinhold Flooring. ReinholdFlooring.com.
More than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio each month for news, weather, and emergency information. A new bill in Congress would make sure AM radio remains in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress to support the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
According to the U.S. debt clock, in the time you hear this commercial, our nation's debt will go up by $1.5 million. That's more than $2 billion a day. Right now, our debt is over $31 trillion and climbing fast. The question is, how do we pay it off? The answer is increasing taxes. Now think about your retirement accounts. Do you want to pay taxes on some of that money now when rates are historically low, or later when rates are potentially higher? Whether you should pay taxes now or in retirement depends on a lot of things. Heisey Advisory Group knows what to look for and can help you create a customized plan so your retirement is as tax efficient as possible. Schedule your visit with Heisey Advisory Group now. 314-328-4400. That's 314-328-4400.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, and SEC-registered investment advisors. Security products and services made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. AEFS and Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC are not affiliated. Always consult an attorney or tax professional regarding your specific legal or tax situation.
KMOX, KECK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The home of the Cardinals, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
Bobby, did we get that shipment of mesquite?
Jim's woodworking shop worked fine
Good fit on those Japanese corners.
until half his staff retired.
Wow, those cuts are neat. I'm really going to miss your precision.
He needs 4 skilled woodworker bees ASAP.
All right, this jigsaw needs a new blade.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news. KMOX.
At 12 noon, it's partly cloudy and 81 degrees downtown at the Arch. The news is sponsored by Michael's Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts, michaelsflooringoutlet.com. Our top story this hour, prosecutors have now issued charges in the death of the 7-year-old who accidentally shot himself while alone in a pickup truck.
In a probable cause statement, a Berkeley police investigator contends 45-year-old Walter Macon left a Smith & Wesson .40 caliber handgun between the front seat and the center console of the truck. He had let his grandson, Darnell Macon, into the truck's cab so he could load equipment into the back. When he returned 5 minutes later, he found the child slumped over in the seat from a self-inflicted gunshot. Macon is charged with endangering the welfare of a child, resulting in death and armed criminal action. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Today, County Councilman Mark Carter issued a statement accusing Councilwoman Shalonda Webb and other Democrats of attempting to curtail the gun rights of law-abiding citizens. Webb was on Total Information AM on KMOX to respond, saying she's mindful of Second Amendment rights.
We get people all riled up about taking something from them and not even been to the table to have a real conversation about it. I think that's unfair.
Webb tells KMOX her office is just 2 doors down from Harder's and he never attempted to discuss gun violence. Harder will be a guest on Total Information AM tomorrow morning at 8:45. Good news today in South St. Louis.
This is Kevin Killeen in South St. Louis. They just broke ground for an expansion of the Israeli Chemicals Limited plant, which will make the materials for lithium batteries here, a project that is getting federal funding, a grant of $197 million from the Department of Energy, but no local city tax breaks. The Secretary of Energy here touting the importance of this for the Biden administration's goal to fight climate change by promoting battery cars.
St. Louis-based Anheuser-Busch announces the surprise sell-off of some well-known craft beer brands, including Shock Top, which apparently had its peak year in 2014 and has been sliding since. What's AB thinking?
What seems to have been the case is that it decided that it had a better chance of growing within craft with brands that it bought rather than Shock Top. And so that brand really just sort of steadily declined to the point where it was like 1/8 or 1/9 of what it was a decade ago.
Beer Marketers Insights senior editor Chris Shepard tells KMOX the other brands being sold include 10 Barrel, Breckenridge, and Red Hook. Making the purchase is cannabis company Tilray. The KMOX business desk, more in debt.
Credit card balances surpassed $1 trillion for the first time last quarter. According to the New York Fed, the percentage of Americans who are behind in their payments has also been on the rise. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
Dow from Stifel is down 271 points right now to 35,194. We've got some debris on 270 going north at 55 in the center lane. Also, watch out if you're on 44 going west before Vanaventer. There's some debris, 44 west of Vanaventer in the right lane. And again, they've cleared the two-vehicle crash on 270 south before Manchester Road.
It's going to be a warm and humid afternoon with sun and clouds up to 86. Shower, thunderstorm pops late tonight, then low down to 72. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms that could get strong to severe for the afternoon, early evening, the high 78. Then it warms up with humidity, mid-80s Thursday, low 90s Friday with some sun. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore on the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Sponsored by Scrubbles at Salt Lick Road and Mexico Road. Scrubbles is now scrubbing in St. Louis. Come see Scrubbles, state-of-the-art car wash at Salt Lick Road or Mexico Road with more locations coming soon. Great monthly memberships available. See why Scrubbles is batting cleanup for St. Louis. It's a sunny sky, 81 in Florissant and St. Peter's and downtown at the Arch. It feels like 84. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Chris and Amy Show.
Sponsored by the Cardinals. Cardinal tickets for 2023 are on sale now and start at just $6. Info@cardinals.com. Time to rewind. It's the Chris and Amy Rewind Recap.
It's Chris and Amy. Hope you're having a great day today. Looks nice out there.
I think it is nice. It was beautiful this morning. A little sticky, but not too sticky.
Yeah, we talked about hopefully you haven't been hit by the Loop trolley today, if it's even running.
But if you've ever ridden the Loop trolley or been hit by it, 314-436-7900. Call or text.
I'd like to hear your experiences riding it, but it'd be a lot cooler if you've been hit by it.
Well, the thing is, I just don't know if more people have ridden it or been hit by it.
Another
their car. It doesn't have to be your body. It could be your body, your bike, your scooter, or your car.
So many people
Mhm.
have texted in suggesting it's a mobile bar. It should be a mobile bar where you get on, have a couple of drinks, and then get off. And I feel like that would be dangerous unless it does make stops. So if it's making the stops, then you can get off safely. So maybe not a bad idea. Have a couple of brews.
Yeah, it makes stops runs. You don't have to jump on and off. You're not running.
That's what I honestly thought. That's how they were making
No.
you get on.
No,
I thought it was running slowly. I don't know what.
You thought it slowed down or that it always moved
Just
that
always
slowly?
moved at a kind of like a moving walkway where you just kind of hop right off at the end.
That would be so painful because that means you could just walk alongside the trolley pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
And just talk to people walking.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Then they made it as well. If they were going to have a trolley that moved that slow, they should have just used one of those airport conveyor belts, the moving walkways. But actually made it that.
Oh, mate. Okay.
Yeah, made it a
just
moving
one
walkway.
long moving walkway
Yes.
all the way down Del Mar,
Yeah.
right in the middle of the road. That would have been awesome. And the poor people who work on the streets and have businesses would have to listen all day to the moving walkway is now ending. Hey, we spoke to Aaron Williams, founder of Seventh Grade Poetry Foundation and his campaign, and you may have seen the billboards around
I saw it
town.
on 40 West.
When
That's
the
one I
street
saw.
lights are on, do you know where your children are? And
It's
the effort is to get people to not be out and about.
It's a local take on it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Did not realize that originated in New York. And apparently, Aaron, who is from New York, said that message doesn't resonate as much in St. Louis. In this area, it's about streetlights. I remember Kevin Wheeler had always said that when he was a kid, you could roam free, go
when
wherever.
the streetlights came on.
But when the streetlights came on, you had to get home.
I don't know if it'll be anything or if it'll work, but people are trying stuff.
Yeah, I didn't get to ask him because I would say I wanted to ask, what's your response to the people who say, well, if the parents aren't paying attention now, a billboard's not going to make them pay attention? I see that's almost my inclination to think that, but there is something to be said for raising awareness. And
Sure.
he had said that it's not just those parents, it's letting kids know when those signs are out that neighborhoods are looking out their windows, that neighbors are aware of who's out and about once the streetlights come on.
We also spoke nuclear energy. And by the way, the website for the Poetry Foundation, if you are interested in that, is 7gp.org. 7, the letter or the number 7, gp.org. We also spoke to Dr. Stephen Biegalski, who is a nuclear, and I love this job title. This is his official title. Nuclear and Radiological Engineering and Medical Physics Program Chair at the Georgia Institute of Technology.
That's how I would introduce myself.
Oh, there's no question.
I'd say that whole title.
At a party.
And Ron opened
Hi,
the
I'm
interview.
Amy.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Biegalski, Nuclear and Radiological Engineering and Medical Physics Program Chair at Georgia Institute of Technology. How are you?
Yeah, that's how I would do it. And Ron opened the interview with our illustrious guest, asking him if he gets frustrated when people say nuclear.
And guess what he said?
No, he doesn't.
I thought he would. And he said there are 3 different accepted pronunciations of the word
What's
nuclear.
the third one?
I don't know. And he said, I'm going with Webster.
I bet it's nuclear.
Nuclear?
No, nuclear.
Oh,
Nuclear.
yeah, like two
syllables.
Okay.
Nuclear, nuclear, and nuclear.
But see, I'm looking at the entry,
Mhm.
and I don't see 3 separate. I only see 1.
Honestly, I think Webster is fatigued.
They probably are.
I think Webster goes, you know
There's
what?
too
I
many
don't care.
words.
Webster's
Doesn't
like,
matter.
say it however you want. We don't care. We've got other things to do. Because I would judge someone for nuclear.
I would too. Or nuclear.
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 Did I say it right? Nuclear.
We talked to Dr. Biegalski about nuclear energy being safe.
In fact, it's the exact opposite. Nuclear power is the safest form of electricity that we utilize within the United States. It is safer than wind, it is safer than solar, and it is significantly safer than coal. And if you look at the statistics and the data, you'll actually see that. So I think that the public perception, if the public perception is that nuclear is dangerous and risky, I think that the data tell a completely different story.
Well, that is the issue, is that you think nuclear power plant, oh my God, there's going to be a meltdown. We're going to be in trouble. Or there's nuclear waste that we have to deal with. And clearly in St. Louis, we're dealing with Manhattan Project waste still, and will be for however many hundreds of years to come. And they think of explosions and Chernobyl and all of that. And I don't blame people for feeling that way or being concerned, but it does seem like evidence shows us that it's actually compared to all of the other forms of energy we have, especially gas and coal and the constant pollutants that are put into the air, that nuclear is probably not a bad idea.
Yeah,
I do not have any problem with nuclear energy at all.
It's interesting that it's not more popular. I really do think there's a public perception issue. There's a stigma with it that came along with the famous nuclear disasters. That's what people remember. It's interesting that 20% of our energy in the U.S. comes from nuclear power plants.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that high. And like I said, again, I always felt that it was something rather that was taboo or more dangerous than it is. And then you go to MIT and you're like, oh, here's their nuclear reactor laboratory right there in the heart of Boston, which I don't think they would do if they weren't incredibly confident in its safety, but very, very cool. And I hope that more people become open to the option of nuclear energy. I think a campaign would help, to be honest.
I totally agree with that. Here is the obstacle, and it's probably the main obstacle. And I don't think it's the citizens. I think it's the businesses that would not benefit from nuclear energy being a thing. I think the oil industry, I'm sure the coal industry, any other forms of power that are not nuclear would be the loudest voices in preventing it from becoming more mainstream here.
And I do, again, this is outside my pay grade, above my pay grade, but I know there's something to be said for the nuclear waste. You do have to have an efficient means of disposing of it. What are they going to do with it? Because nuclear power plants produce a unique type of waste. But again, he said it's cleaner and safer than even coal power plants.
And we talked about fusion and the difference between fission and fusion. And my understanding is fusion is even cleaner. And once we get a handle on it,
it's more difficult to control.
It's more difficult. So we're talking, he said, 20 years away from it being viable for a mass form of energy for us. But it's an exciting future if we can get to that point.
You know, it wasn't until I started talking about Oppenheimer because of the movie, and you start reading up on his life. I didn't see the movie. I just started reading up on his life. And then I realized, oh, yeah, the atomic bomb, the hydrogen bomb, and how in my head, I think I use those terms interchangeably. They're not the same, but in your head, you're like, oh, yeah, nuclear weapons, hydrogen, atom, it doesn't matter. Well, they're very different. And that was pretty interesting reading up on all of that.
Also, we talked about Amy's felon boyfriend who was driving around with expired tags.
Mason Jar had his license plate tags. They say 23 on them, but I guess whatever the second letter is, again, I don't really understand the explanation. It indicated that his tags were a couple of months expired. So he got pulled over, I believe, by a Chesterfield police officer who was very, very friendly. And it was all great, and he'll get his tags renewed now. That is quite different than the car I saw today in the city going 100 miles an hour minimum down Highway 40. A really nice, sleek Mercedes SUV, black, shiny, looked great. Temp tags from 21. So the temp tag was over 2 years old.
Yeah.
And this guy, I don't think he was avoiding paying the sales tax because he couldn't afford it. And if he couldn't afford it, then you overreached on buying the Mercedes in the first place. Maybe buy a more reasonably priced car and get your tags.
I hope it's fully loaded. Hope it has all the, they say bells and whistles. I hope it has every
He'll
one of
drive
those.
around. Why would he even bother
Why not?
paying the sales tax and getting license plates when you can drive around with a temp tag?
A listener says that most drug dealers are fairly smart and would not risk getting pulled over for licensing issues. They mostly use rentals. I don't know if that's true or not, but
What does that have to do with?
well, because I said that I accused Mason of being a drug dealer, and then I think you accused the Mercedes driver of being a drug dealer.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
No, I would never. No, because no, that's right. Why would he want to be pulled over? I just said he wasn't struggling to make ends meet.
I see.
I didn't accuse him of being a drug dealer.
Anything you missed on the show? We talked about the broadcaster, which has made sort of national news outside of the baseball circles. They were talking about it on CNN. I saw that. There is a young broadcaster for the Baltimore Orioles who was suspended and has been out for several games now for mentioning the fact the Orioles had been in the past not very good against the Tampa Rays. And that was it. They just went through the numbers. This is how bad we have been.
The record.
Use the records. And the point was, now we're a lot better against the Tampa Rays, and their owner suspended him, which is
It's
just, it's
unbelievable.
ridiculous. Every single broadcast from around the country I've heard have just been trashing John Angelos or Peter, I don't know which one it is, but the Angelos people who own the team for being thin-skinned.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous.
It's so bad.
The
It's
broadcaster,
embarrassing.
even he even made it positive by saying, here's the context. Here are the numbers with the Orioles struggling against Tampa Bay. And now they have a chance to do something special. Here they are in first place. They're turning things around. Look how great this is. They've already won 2 out of 3. It was a positive spin. He wasn't being heavy-handed. He wasn't bashing the team. And this was the analogy I made earlier. That would be the equivalent of this Chris Kerber when the St. Louis Blues went from worst to first, right? They had their 11-game winning streak. They bring up Jordan Binnington. They're in the cellar of the NHL. And then they go on that 11-game winning streak. They win the Stanley Cup. That would be like Chris Kerber not able to say that the Blues had been in last place before this winning streak. We wouldn't be able to say they went from worst to first. We wouldn't be able to say that they were last,
right?
And then had
that
this
made the story
great rebound.
better.
That was the story.
Yes.
Yes. How bizarre would that be if we had not been allowed to say
Wild.
the record of the Blues?
That's Amy Marks Coors. I'm Chris Ranji. Anything you missed on the show? Well, you know where to get it. Odyssey app or KMOX.com. And you can listen to us live on both of those platforms if you're not able to listen in the car, or if you have a home radio, which would be interesting if you do, and you can listen to us there. Yeah.
If you have a radio in
At
your home?
Some people have that. It's a fun little thing. 314-436-7900 to visit with us. We do have some people who want to talk about their about the trolley, the loop
baby.
trolley.
Have they been? Oh, I hope. Actually, wait. I don't hope it's someone.
I don't know. I
who's been
hope
hit.
I hope it's a story, like a real story.
Yeah.
Okay,
That'd
we'll
be
find
good.
out.
Hope it's a juicy trolley story.
Oh yeah, we need some juice on KMOX.
This is Megan Lynch. The St. Louis County Council chair is considering gun control legislation. One councilman says that could amount to an assault on gun rights. Listen Wednesday morning, 8 to 10, Total Information AM on KMOX.
Yes, with inflation, interest rate increases, and a possible recession looming, we are no doubt facing uncertain times in the housing market. But as a realtor with over 20 years of experience, I can tell you, if you're thinking of selling your home, now more than ever, you need a realtor to help you through these times while saving you money. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty, and we offer all of this for only 4%. Why pay more than 4%? 314-441-4444.
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
You wouldn't trust a butcher to babysit your pet pig. You wouldn't trust a lumberjack to repair your antiques. Or a professional wrestler to be your massage therapist. So why would you trust anyone but AMCO to fix your car? For over 50 years, we've been the trusted experts in transmission repair.
AMCO offers easy payment plan options for most any credit situation, so you can fix it fast and pay it off slow at AMCO.
AA MCO.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
I'm Jim Onder. Have questions after being injured in an accident? We'll match you with the Onder Law team that's right for you and your case.
Onder Law. Call 314 or 618-900,000 to learn more.
Did you know the IRS is a super creditor? Hi, I'm Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. The IRS is the only creditor that can create a bill for you without your permission, then drop the hammer and aggressively collect it by wiping out your bank account, seizing your assets, and levying your wages. No other creditor can do that, and this can all happen without a court approval. If you owe back taxes, you need to be prepared to face the super creditor. Don't just sit back and take it. Fight back. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, we know how to use the laws to your advantage and go toe-to-toe with the IRS. Our office is located right here in St. Louis. Contact the Lance Drury Law Firm today for a free consultation with me, or visit us at lancedrurylaw.com or call 314-260-6120. That's 314-260-6120 to get started.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Glickert with St. Louis Weight Loss Secret, and I know the secret. My unique weight loss program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back naturally, safely, and effectively. You'd love to lose unhealthy fat without counting points or calories, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no HCG, no surgery, and no hypnosis. Call my office now at 314-207-8600.
This is Debbie Monterey, and I can tell you, thanks to St. Louis Weight Loss Secret, it feels great. I lost 20 pounds in the first 30 days, and I've lost more than 30 pounds in 60 days. And you can do this. Real food that helps to speed up your metabolism. It is amazing to watch the pounds fall off.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month. That's a half a pound to a pound per day. For your free private weight loss consultation, call 314-207-8600. That's 314-207-8600 or online at moweightloss.com.
Results may vary.
One of the best things about retirement is all the great senior discounts you'll be getting. But you know who won't be giving you a discount? The tax man. And with the way Washington works, You might even be in a higher tax bracket in retirement than you are right now. And that's why it's so important to have a good tax strategy in place. And Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group, they can help you design that strategy. Attend their upcoming educational workshop focusing on taxes in retirement on Tuesday, August 22nd or Thursday, August 24th at the Twisted Tree in Sunset Hills. These events are complimentary, but you must qualify to attend. 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824. Or visit yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory services are offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. BWA and All Financial Group, LLC are independent of each other. Insurance and annuity products are offered through Stephen All, Missouri license number 803-9738.
KMOX, the 2023 Large Market Radio Station of the Year, recognized by the Missouri Broadcasters Association. KMOX, we were built for this.
All right, Chris and Amy on KMOX. It's a fun day today. It's been a fun day.
It's been a great day.
For a second, I thought it was Wednesday, but it's not. It is Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, it is Tuesday.
Oh, stop.
Now it's not as great of a day.
314-436-7900 to visit with us. Oh, by the way, Billy Bush from the Bush family.
Not from Access Hollywood.
Not Access Hollywood Billy Bush. They are two different people.
I may have thought it was the Access Hollywood Billy Bush.
And he had an interview on TMZ at the end of last week. It didn't go great. And he will be talking with Total Information AM tomorrow. They asked him about the Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light can thing on the TMZ interview. And they were going to talk about his book. And then it just kind of went down a rabbit hole, the whole interview. So
Billy Bush, Bush Air.
Yes.
AB will be on Total Information AM tomorrow.
That is correct. He's visiting with the folks in the morning. Let's talk to Mark in Fenton. Hello, Mark.
Hello.
What's up?
Well, I just want to say I almost always agree with Amy, and I did have a ranch sandwich, which was very good.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
Great.
Thank you
Mark.
so much.
At Paschetti's? Awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, they did it. They did it up there. They did it well.
Also great was my one ride on the trolley, and so that's where I disagree with Amy. I thought it was great. I got off the trolley at the Moonrise Hotel, and as I was walking to the parking lot for the hotel, I ran into Joe Edwards, and we talked a while, and it was all very pleasant.
Well, I've always heard he's a nice fellow.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy. Was the trolley worth $37 million? Was that ride?
Well, Mark didn't have to pay it.
Well,
for me, the ride was free, and it was definitely worth a free ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I
if the
appreciate
trolley,
it, Mark.
Honestly, I wouldn't take the trolley if it were free. I mean, I don't mean free for me to ride. I mean for the city. If the $37 million, nope, that didn't matter. You didn't have to pay a dime. I would personally raise money to not have the stupid trolley there with the stupid tracks and the stupid cars that are always broken and the restaurants and shops, a couple of my favorite shops that went out of business, partly because there was no parking during trolley construction.
Or
Yes,
maybe
I would raise money to make the trolley thing never happen.
Amy, is it possible those businesses were going to fail anyway?
37 of them?
37 businesses failed?
Yeah.
And when was this built? Did they fail before COVID?
No. It was, I'll have to get the numbers, but it was throughout the trolley construction process and COVID, and things stack up on top of each other for businesses. That whole, if you are on Delmar and you are traveling east on Delmar, so you go through the Lions around the roundabout and you're heading east on Delmar, that whole south side of Delmar where Panera used to be, there were several stores like Papaya used to be, it's empty. It's storefront after storefront after storefront that's empty.
Well, here's my question. Is it because of the trolley or other things?
Both other things.
I mean, because a lot of places have a lot of businesses
some of the
that are
restaurant
gone.
and shop owners were blaming the trolleys.
Well,
trolley.
I mean, it could be that. Could also not.
It's just dumb. I hate when dumb things.
You know what? I want them,
ruin it
now
for
that I think
everyone.
about it, I want them to extend the trolley. I want to ride the trolley to work.
I want to
That's
take.
what I
I
want.
want them to extend the trolley right to your apartment.
Great. Awesome.
And
Come
you
to my
can go-
house,
no.
and it comes all the way down to work. I'm in.
No, it doesn't.
All the way
it
down
just
to
goes
Olive.
from your house to the History Museum.
Let's go. It's KMOX.
Hey guys, it's Dave from the Dave Glover Show, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays on KMOX. Let me do a promo that no one's ever done in the history of radio. I talk 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's impossible to do without saying a lot of really, really stupid stuff. So if you would like to see someone just melt down about once a week, tune in. It can happen anytime between 1 and 5. Usually happens in the 2 o'clock hour. I'm not sure why. 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on KMOX weekdays. It's the DGS.
Carol Daniel for Chesterfield Fence and Deck. When the temperatures heat up, you can cool them down in your backyard with the comfort of the structured louvered roof pergola system built by the proud craftsmen at Chesterfield Fence and Deck. This is technology at its best. With a click of a remote control or an app on your phone, you can open, close, slant, or slide the louvers into place, blocking out the sun, giving you shade and cooler temperatures in your backyard. Call Chesterfield Fence and Deck and set up your free consultation. You'll also get a free project design on your new deck or remodeled deck, your maintenance-free fence. You get excellent customer service, quality products, and expert installation. That was our experience when they built our bronze aluminum fence in our backyard, still standing tall and beautiful, framing our backyard nearly a decade later. 636-532-4054. And in August, when you mention my name, Carol Daniel, you get 48 months interest-free financing on your next outdoor project with Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best.
Different real estate agents will sell your home for different amounts of money. This is Debbie Monterey. Don't be fooled into thinking that all realtors are created equally, because they are not. Different realtors will get you different results. So the agent you choose to sell your home matters. The experience your agent has, the marketing, the database of buyers, the systems and capabilities of your realtor, they all matter. Why? Because how much you sell your home for matters to you. That's why I recommend you call Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. According to MLS statistics, Gloria sells her listings for more money than the average agent, and she does it with less hassle. With 20 plus years of experience, our local real estate expert, Gloria Liu, knows how to get you the most money for your home guaranteed. Gloria also offers her sellers multiple selling options. So call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
At 12:30, it's partly cloudy and 82 degrees downtown at the Arch. Mike Pence has qualified for the first GOP presidential debate of the 2024 campaign on August 23rd. Political analyst Larry Sabato says Mr. Pence is actually the 8th Republican candidate to qualify.
One would normally expect a former vice president, the immediate past vice president, to qualify easily as one of the first candidates. But so many others, including some unknown candidates, were able to move ahead of him, and they qualified weeks or months ago.
Severe thunderstorms in the eastern U.S. left at least 2 people dead. Dozens of people in Maryland trapped in their cars with the storm down poles and wires. The wind and heavy rain knocked power out to more than 1 million homes and businesses. CBS News correspondent Meg Oliver.
We're about 30 minutes north of Baltimore, and the damage is severe here in Whitehall, Maryland. This house, a giant oak tree sliced through, right through the brick. The homeowners, David and Lynn Sexton, both 76 years old, were inside that room when that tree came crashing down. Lynn was buried under a pile of debris. Her husband and firefighters helped rescue her. She was taken to the hospital and is now at home recovering with some bruised ribs and cuts and scrapes.
I'm Tom Ackerman. The Cardinals are in St. Petersburg, Florida tonight for a matchup with the Tampa Bay Rays at Tropicana Field. It's a 5:40 first pitch. We'll have pregame for you at 4:45 this afternoon. Zach Eflin is the starter for the Rays. The former Philly is 12-6 with a 3.46 ERA. Miles Michaelis is the starting pitcher for St. Louis tonight. He's 6-7 with a 4.29 ERA. This Cardinals report is sponsored by Aloha Pools USA. Swim next summer, AlohaPoolsUSA.com.
There's some debris on 6440 going east at Research Park Circle, just past the bridge. The right two lanes are closed. 6440 east at Research Park Circle. The right two lanes are blocked by debris. Stalled vehicle on 70 going east before Mid Rivers Mall Drive. That's got the right lane closed. And some debris we've been watching, 270 north at 55. The center lane's been closed. Humid with a mix of clouds and sun this afternoon with a high of 86. A thunderstorm in spots late tonight, the low 72. Humid with clouds, strong to severe afternoon and evening thunderstorms could bring flooding downpours, hail, damaging wind gusts, and an isolated tornado tomorrow with a high of 78. At the moment, it's 82 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Sponsored by Mosby Building Arts.
We just finished remodeling our kitchen with the wrong company.
Apparently, their estimate didn't include plumbing or electric, but they were the cheapest.
Don't have remodeling regret. Call Mosby Building Arts. Mosby plans ahead, so there are no surprises later on. Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company.
Broadcasting from the Underline Three Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
Spark St. Louis is the newest collaborative co-working office space located in the PwC Pennant Building at Ballpark Village. Spark supports local entrepreneurs and corporate professionals and features over 80 private offices, day pass options, monthly networking events, conference room, and special event amenities, while offering an innovative approach to city life where you can live, work, and watch the Cardinals play all within the neighborhood at Ballpark Village. Schedule your tour today by visiting Spark St. Louis online at spark-stl.com.
Find out what's happening with your Redbirds from the manager himself, Oliver Marmol. Sunday mornings at 10:15 on Sports on a Sunday morning, and Wednesday mornings at 9:50. The Ollie Marmol Show on Cardinals Radio, KMOX.
I'm a habitual speeder. Anybody else habitual speeders? Where are my people? That's part of the problem right there. There's not enough of us. There's nothing wrong with traffic we couldn't fix with some speed, folks. Let's go. You know how to make more water go through a hose? Turn it up faster. There's trouble merging in this country, too. Let me tell you how merging works. Listen up, listen carefully. I want you to take this with you tonight, okay? Here's how you merge. Ready for this? Speed up. You see how that works? Go faster. Term is merge, not wedge.
Time to go to the Quiver River Electric guest line this afternoon. Chris and Amy here on KMOX. We are joined now by Brad Upton, a comedian who is on tour at the moment. Got a couple of specials that have been out. Will Be Funny for Money and I'm Not Done Yet. They're both available at drybarcomedy.com for free on YouTube as well. And Brad Upton is with us now on KMOX. How's it going, Brad?
Good. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And when I'm out on tour, I get there early because I'm driving fast.
Yeah, and you know something? We don't really have a speeding problem in St. Louis because there really isn't any traffic. So, I mean, when they say there's traffic, it adds like an extra 30 seconds to your commute here. It's never really.
I don't even.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't even know what that's like. I need to move there.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Yeah, come on in.
You could speed all day long. There's no traffic.
Yeah, nobody pulls you over either.
You just fly on through.
Really?
Today I got passed by a guy going, I don't know, 105 into the city at rush hour.
This sounds like heaven to me.
So they call it rush hour. Everybody's rushing.
It was at like what, 8:45 in the morning?
It was at like 8:50. Yeah, this guy was going 105 down the heart of the city because there was no traffic.
Wow.
But that's another topic.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of going fast, you used to be a track coach long time ago.
Did.
Amy runs. Can you help her out?
Amy, what do you run?
Well,
you run distance?
Yeah, I'm a marathoner, half marathoner.
God bless you. What kind of mileage you run every week? We're going to turn this into a running show right now.
Awesome. 80 to 100 miles a week.
Woo-hoo-hoo. You're running big miles.
I always say it's because I'm not that talented, so I have to run a lot of miles to make up for it.
But you can just jump into a marathon anytime you want on that kind of mileage.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Why, thank you. What did you run in track?
I was a hurdler. I ran, I was short distance, fast twitch guy, but I did run a half marathon one time. And I remember it was a loop course. And I remember at the end of that 13, I went, no way I want to ever do another lap.
See,
that was far enough.
I bet. Well, they always say like the 800 is the worst distance in track and field because it's just 2 400s and you don't get to slow down. Did you run the 800?
I ran the 400-meter hurdles, which also competes as one of the most awful races in track because it's 400 meters over hurdles. And early in that race, you're a gazelle, and at the end of it, you're a water buffalo.
Just crashing through the hurdle.
Oh, it's hard to get off the ground when you're fatigued.
So a track coach and stand-up comedian.
Yeah, not the normal combo.
Oh, I love it. And I love that you have so many videos now, and they're like, they're showing up on my Instagram reels and going viral.
Just saw one yesterday.
Yeah, that's what, Rhonda goes, oh my gosh, here's Brad. And you're going viral. And it's awesome that you are having this resurgence after 39 years as a stand-up comedian.
I know. I blew up on the internet in year 34. I was an overnight sensation. So, yeah.
How did it happen?
Nobody more surprised than me. It happened when the Dry Bar dropped a video in June of 2018, and it did 33 million views in 10 days. And nobody more surprised than me. I was like, well, I've been doing this material in clubs for several years. All of a sudden, it just blew up. But that's the beauty of the internet. And then, another one got shared, another one, and all of a sudden, people knew who I was.
It's wild how that happens, and how there's no predicting it, and there's no formula for it. It just kind of happens sometimes.
And those videos spread like a real virus. I mean, it's really how it works. I mean, people share it and then share, and all of a sudden I had a ton of people in India that think I'm the greatest comedian in the world.
That's awesome.
Why do you think you appeal to India?
I have no idea, but it hasn't changed anywhere in the world. If you make fun of millennials, all of a sudden that hit, they're like, yeah, same thing here.
Well,
so that's easy to do.
And considering you've been doing this for almost 4 decades, it's like you've got a whole new batch of material. You didn't have the millennials to make fun of.
Oh yeah, and now you got
when you
Gen
first
Z.
started. Yeah. Hey.
Oh yeah, no, I've made fun of them, but I also make fun of boomers too.
Yeah. What was it like opening as a comedy routine before musical acts like Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, Glenn Campbell, Little Big Town? You've done that. Is that? I don't think I've ever seen that. And I've done, gone to a lot of concerts, but do they do that much anymore?
Yeah, it's still, it's not really common. It used to be more common, and it was kind of a cool way to do it because it's apples and oranges. And, you've been to a concert where you thought, well, I like the opening act better than the headliner.
Yeah.
And the headliner never wants that to happen. So if you have a comic, even if the comic's great, he's not a musician, and vice versa. I've seen musical acts open for comedians.
Yeah,
used to be far more common.
That was how the Blues Brothers started with Steve Martin.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
A comedian I know, Tom Dreesen, used to open for Sinatra all the time.
Yeah,
and that's I just heard a story recently, and it was, it was oddly right before he passed away. Pee Wee Herman had done that before, I think, and David Bowie had asked him to open for him, and he said no. He made a joke, something like, I'm not an opener. So he didn't open for David Bowie, and then he said later, I really wish I would have done that. That he regretted not
what
doing
a show, though. Can you imagine Pee Wee Herman and David? That's a weird pairing.
Isn't it?
That is a weird pairing. Yeah.
Maybe it would have been perfect, too. Here's Pee Wee Herman, and
I
now
know
David
producers, though, they like comedians, because, producers, it's just one microphone and one hotel room that they got to pay for. So if you have a band, sometimes it's 6 hotel rooms and you got to pay 6 people. So they like comedians that way. And it's easy. The tech, I go out and do my 30 minutes and then that's all they got to do is pull my mic off the stage and the headliner's ready to go. So they like it from that point of view.
Of the musical acts that you opened for back in the day, obviously you're touring now, but back when you were opening with musical acts, was there a band, whether it was Little Big Town or a singer like Dolly Parton, whose crowds responded the best to you?
Yeah, I still open for Johnny Mathis. He is still out singing.
Oh, wow.
He's almost 88 years old. He can still sing. He sounds great. And I've been opening for him for 16 years. And I still have those dates. I still have dates with him, and they're wonderful. And I know, I mean, they're all old. And so I do this stuff about, I make fun of millennials and being married forever, and that's right in their wheelhouse. So that's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I opened for George Jones, and they did not want to see a comedian. They wanted to know that George was in the house and that he was there. That's what they were worried about. So they're all yelling, "Where's George? We want to see George. What's George?" I said, "George is here. I saw him. He's here. He's in the back. Don't worry." But they did not want to see me.
They think that you're stalling or something. Like,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly what they thought, is that I'm up there killing time because he's nowhere to be seen. And I'm like, he's here. I saw him.
That is so funny. Do you so you said you make fun of Gen Z, millennials, and boomers. Which of the generations is the worst? I know it's not Gen X because that's me. So which is it?
Sure. Yeah. God, it just depends what you're talking about. You know, when I make fun of boomers, I'm like, stop FaceTiming in public. We're the worst. And I just don't. I hear Nana talking to her grandkid in the middle of the store, and like, oh no, make it go away. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm gonna thump them in the back of the head. Boomers are the worst.
Yeah.
And you know what's weird is because when we were younger, we had phone booths because phone calls are supposed to be private.
Yes.
And now it's like anybody's business. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, I went to I got breakfast the other day, place in my neighborhood, and I go sit at the bar area, and there was a woman right next to me who had her phone out, and she was FaceTiming. She was by herself.
Yep.
She was FaceTiming and eating and talking like they were in front of her, and I thought, I hate this. I hate that you're doing this in front of me right now.
Yeah, I give them a icy stare. I will stare at them until it makes them uncomfortable. Or start talking to them, or just pop your face over their shoulder and look at the person she's talking to and go, "Hey, would you tell your friend to quit FaceTiming in public?"
Well, at one point, I reached over for some of the half and half, and I accidentally knocked over her phone in the middle of it. And I shouldn't have, but I apologized because I'm nice.
Oh, no, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good for you.
You don't want to do
You're my new hero.
Thanks, Brad. We're talking with comedian Brad Upton here on KMOX. His specials, there are two of them that you can get online. Will Be Funny for Money. That is from 2019. And also, I'm Not Done Yet, a more recent one. You can get them on drybarcomedy.com. They're also for free on YouTube. And you've also got a tour. I don't see at the moment that you're coming through St. Louis, but I do know you are on tour right now, Brad. So if people are traveling and want tickets, how do they get them?
Just bradupton.com. My whole schedule's there, and then you can link right to where I'm going. I was in St. Louis in March. I was there earlier this year.
Oh, nice. Well,
And I will get back. I will get back. I got to come during baseball season. I've never been inside that stadium. I want to see that stadium.
Oh, it's a really nice building. It's a really nice
I
park.
know.
Yep.
And you know what? As a Seattle Mariners fan, as I drove past the other day, I go, look at all those pennants.
I know.
Yeah, we got a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, we have zero.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Did you ever go to the old Busch Stadium? The round one?
No, neither one of them.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no.
Well, let us know when you want to come back through. We'll hook it up for you.
We are
I would love to.
We're the mothership for the Cardinals.
Yeah,
I'm aware of that.
Flagship.
This mothership flagship. Yeah, it's heard everywhere. I mean, this is the station, so I would love it. And I'm a huge baseball fan. I love going to different ballparks, major league, minor league. I drove past that. I just went, look at all those world championships. Seattle is the only franchise never to have been to the World Series.
And we're over here, we're crying because we haven't won a whole World Series in like 10 years.
Yeah, we had a bad
Yeah,
year.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, put on a Mariner hat and see how things go.
Brad Upton.
Yeah, give us a call. We'll hook you up.
Yeah, we'll hook up
Okay.
tickets. We can't do anything
I'm
about
on
your
it.
pennants, though. So
no, okay.
Enjoy the tour. The specials again, drybarcomedy.com or free on YouTube. Enjoy the tour and come back through. Let us know when you are, and we'll take care of you. So thanks for the time.
All
today.
right. Chris and Amy, thank you so much.
That is comedian Brad Upton on the Quiver River Electric guest line. You heard it first. The dude said Gen X is the best of all the generations.
You know, he said he made fun of boomers, millennials, and Gen Z. He did not say that he made fun of Gen X.
No, well, there's nothing to make fun of.
I know, because everyone forgets about them.
Yeah.
You guys were latchkey kids.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm a millennial, but I do feel, they call it middle-aged millennial. I say geriatric millennial because I'm one of the oldest of the millennial group. So yes, millennials like came of age with cell phones and all of that. I didn't have a cell phone until I was 17. I didn't have a smartphone until, well into my 20s. So my childhood, there weren't apps, there weren't cell phones and iPads. We just played outside. So I feel like even though you're Gen X and I'm millennial, I feel like our childhoods were very similar.
Kind of can't wait till Gen Z grows up and then what they complain about with the generation after them.
Which is Peter Jar, Mason Jar's youngest 10. He's Alpha.
Is that what it's called? Generation Alpha?
Yeah, because I kept saying Gen Z, and they're like, no, he's not Gen Z. He's Alpha. Oh my gosh. We're already past Gen Z.
Jeez, look at us. Die already, huh? Man. That's Amy Marks Kors. I'm Chris Ranji on KMOX.
It's lonely at the top. Successful leaders aren't just adjusting to change, they're demonstrating more resilience than ever to be successful. CMA Global offers a program to coach your leaders. Coaches offer thought partnership in a safe, confidential manner to make it less lonely at the top. The desire to take your organization to the next level is at the heart of everything they do at CMA Global. Let them show you how they can guide your leaders to reach their full potential, even in this ever-changing marketplace. Go to CMAconsult.com. CMA Global, when your people thrive, your business thrives.
Now, your Live Nation lineup. Don't miss these upcoming shows. Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium on August 19th. Guns N' Roses at Busch Stadium on September 9th. Aerosmith will be at the Enterprise Center on October 26th. Metallica at the Dome at America Center for 2 dates, November 3rd and November 5th. For tickets and info, hit up livenation.com.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath.
James talks about his experience with 3-day kitchen and bath.
My wife and I had been talking for several years about getting our kitchen and bathroom remodeled. We'd had some bids actually been made. The thing that always put us off was that they were talking about 2 or 3 months to get all this work done. We heard about 3-day bath and kitchen. We thought that we'd give it a try. They spent 3 days on one of our items and 4 days on another, and the cost was about the same thing as all the people gave us 3-month estimates for. They went out of their way to make sure that we were satisfied with everything when the job was finished. There's simply no question about the idea that they want satisfied customers and they want people who are pleased with their work.
It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-day kitchen and bath.
KMOX, Hot Shots, Together Credit Union, and Michelob Ultra have teamed up to bring you another St. Louis City Caravan. It all happens Thursday, August 17th at 6 p.m. at Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill in Fenton. Come on out and meet City striker Nico Giacchini.
Oh, looking on for Giacchini. Giacchini! He scores!
The City Caravan, Thursday, August 17th at Hot Shots in Fenton. Sitting on tap presented by Michelob Ultra and America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
Congratulations to Old Town Donuts in Florissant and Cottleville for being named the top St. Louis breakfast restaurant by TripAdvisor. For the best deal on a dozen donuts, get the money-saving coupon at oldtowndonuts.com.
The check engine light is on in Washington, but politicians keep driving the car as if nothing is happening. There it is again. It's Social Security. A new government report says the Social Security Trust Fund is projected to run out by the year 2035. If that happens, it would cause all beneficiaries to take more than a 20% cut to their benefits. What does that mean for you? When should you start taking benefits? And how can you get every dollar of Social Security you're entitled to? The team at Heisey Advisory Group has been helping families optimize their Social Security benefits for over 17 years, and they can do the same for you. Give them a call, 314-328-4400 to schedule your visit with one of the advisors at Heisey Advisory Group. Again, that's 314-328-4400.
Our firm is not affiliated with the U.S. government. Investment advisory products and services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, and SEC-registered investment advisors. Security products and services made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. AEFS and Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC are not affiliated.
If power outages are putting a damper on your day, Reinhold Electric has your back. Their professional electrical services can handle emergency repairs, and they can offer backup generators to keep your home or business running smoothly no matter how severe the storms are. They understand the importance of uninterrupted power for commercial properties, storefronts, restaurants, retirement communities, and your home. Get a quote for a permanent solution or a quick connection box. 314-631-1158. 314-631-1158. Tell them Bo sent you to Reinhold Electric.
Tom Ackerman for Building Community with Busey Bank, a podcast series easily accessible at KMOX.com/community banking. Our goal to bring awareness to local organizations and share how they're bettering our community. As we get into the back-to-school routine, we invited Kelly Garrett, director of KIPP St. Louis, to share how the Knowledge is Power charter school prepares graduate success. Listen to Building Community with Busey Bank today and every day at KMOX.com/community banking.
We all know how important nutrition is to our health, so why don't we do something about it? With Neovitin Men's 50 Plus, you can give your body sensible doses of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to support your daily health. Formulated for men over 50, Neovitin Men's 50 Plus gives you B vitamins to support energy and our proprietary physician-formulated blend for daily support you won't find anywhere else. Do something about your health today with Neovitin Men's 50 Plus. Available at your local Schnucks and Deerbergs.
Celebrate the month of August with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning as well. Call right now, 314-474-2020 or book online at ZeroResSTL.com. Let them know that the DGS sent you. Hey guys, Glover here, and I see clearly thanks to Doctors Birdie and Malhotra, and you can too. Go to youridoc.com today or call 314-966-5000.
For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof, Frederick Roofing.
Over 90,000 satisfied customers since 1929. Frederick Roofing, 314-645-2000.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
I'm Jim Onder. Have questions after being injured in an accident? We'll match you with the Onder Law team that's right for you and your case.
Onder Law. Call 314 or 618-900,000 to learn more.
It's wonderful. It's incredible.
It's the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Clang, clang, clang with the trolley. Ding, ding, ding with the bell. Sing, sing, sing with my heartstrings as we started from Huntington Bell.
It's Chris and Amy on KMOX today. As far as we know, the trolley has not hit anybody today, so that's a good development on this Tuesday.
We don't know if it hit a car, a bike, a scooter, a person.
No, it hit a car.
It did today?
Oh, no, over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, over the weekend. But you said today.
Oh, yeah, today.
We also don't know that it has been running today yet. We don't know.
Text message to 314-436-7900 says, I'm not a trolley fan. It should run through Forest Park and maybe not have been track-based, as we had somebody else say that earlier. But you cannot get parking on Delmar before, during, and after the trolley. I own 2 businesses. One is a restaurant, and I would not look at the loop due to rent pricing and parking issues, 2 factors that will tank most startup businesses.
Yep. It was so dumb. The loop was one of the very few stretches of walkable street in St. Louis where pedestrians can walk down and go, look at all of these stores, look at these shops, look at these restaurants and coffee shops. We're going to go there. And they decide to tear up the parking, narrow the streets, and put in the world's stupidest trolley that never works, hurting the businesses, making it a real pain for people to try to find parking, as the texter said. And also the track is a hazard to cyclists, scooterists, and pedestrians.
I would just say this. If you are operating the loop trolley, just watch where you're going.
Well, he doesn't. It's a track.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's amazing.
Forgot about that part.
Cars on the track. It's on a track.
Clearly, it should run through Forest Park on wheels. So you mean a bus? We've invented buses.
What if we made a trolley with wheels? Oh.
So, all right. Anything you missed on the Odyssey app, go get it. We think you're going to love it. Dave Glover Show is next with us on KMOX.
All right. God save the Queen, man.
If your home or business just isn't giving you the joy it once did, it's time for a refresh. Contact your local